Yo, how y'all doing this evening? It's your boy Prolific and
Vo'Dou.
We got something a little special for y'all today. Today's topic is what, babe?
Gender war.
No, that ain't the title. That's part of the title. Hold on.
Why are we like this?
Why are we like this? Yeah. No, that's not even. That's not the whole title.
That's what it says.
I'm gonna go to YouTube. Shout out to my folks that's watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Hold on.
I'm on Facebook.
I bet you is. Why are we like this? The battle of gender supremacy. Perspectives by your boy Prolific and Vo'Dou. What's up, Notorious? That's my boy Never Hungry Again. What's popping? We here, huh? How y'all doing today? We here for this one. There's gonna be some. I want to rattle some. Notorious said, "What's up, y'all?
What's going on? What's popping?
What's good with
you?
What's good? This one here is. I think this is definitely needed. Should we go ahead and let me ask you the question? What do you think the gender war is?
What is
the gender war to you? Let's get to the first question. Hell, we already neck deep into it, so let's go.
Let's define that. So yeah, what is a gender war?
What is a gender war?
Can you define that?
And why are we going through it? What is a gender war to you?
It's very political. It's you either on one side or you not, and I don't choose sides, so this ain't my war.
Well, we kind of like in the. Hold on. They say be right back. Yo, Matt, what's popping? How you doing? Well, I'm alive. Yes, sir. My boy Matt, what's popping? How you doing? He said he'll be right back. Got you. But we want to shout out to everybody that, they came on through. But yeah, the question is, what is a gender war? And you said you're not in it. I understand, baby. You're not in it. You got a fucking man at the house. I'm pretty sure you can't be in it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, but for the people out there that are single who are going through what they're going through and wondering why why do, say for instance, people in a past generation who went to get married, live lives for 30, 40 years, and who has been living prominent lives together. Why is that nowadays men and women find themselves not happy and not together, and a lot of men and women are unmarried? Your take. I'm listening to you, baby. You have been looking at her.
Look,
Baby gonna be alright. She got a whole big ass playpen back there.
No, you said a lot, so I'm just trying to.
Can
you narrow the question down to a more simpler? Can you?
How can I narrow? You see what I'm
talking about? Can you ask the question one more time, please?
Jesus Christ!
Try to keep up with that.
He said the food. Oh yeah! Shout out to my catering business. Yeah. Hey, tell him, man. You better tell him about the. Hey. I be barbecuing my ass off, nigga. Hey. I'm trying to stop. But the gender war, yeah. What's the as you would say? Well, no, I was really asking the question. I was asking the question again. I was looking at Matthew's comment. Why is there a gender war? Why do people today find themselves, modern men and women between the ages of 35 and under, find themselves unmarried, not in a relationship? A lot of men find themselves, 30% of men between the ages of 18 and 25 are virgins. So what's going on in your take there? We go on TikTok, it's men and women going back and forth talking about men ain't shit, women ain't shit. What's going on? Today is International Women's Day. So shout out to all the international women out there. Somebody like,
he must not be talking about black women.
International women, that means women abroad, everywhere. But you sensitive motherfuckers. Anyway, Your take on what I just said.
What
If you was paying,
I was
see,
paying attention. Just can I finish? Thank you. Just your take on what you said. Why is there a gender war? And I guess I'm looking at it from a perspective of these are people who are trying to point fingers at this is y'all's fault as to why I am the way I am. As to why you guys, it's a lot of blaming, finger pointing and stuff instead of working on self. And you can't be mad at
what's happening?
That's what you're attracting.
Right.
That makes sense. Like, yeah, we can be mad at people that manipulate and use us, but we allowed it, we attracted that, and we grow from that, we move on. That's life.
Okay. So
the people who are complaining are just people who just chose not to grow up. We all go through situations, but it's a part of life. Like, you don't have to go through that sometime to learn whatever we need to learn.
Right. So that's child of ours, right? She fine. She just back there playing.
She wanted a snack.
That's she wanted a snack.
That's her way
yelling.
Of snack, yeah. Another one.
Another one. What I also seen, and like I said, we're gonna go to a couple videos. I'm gonna share my screen in a second, and then we're gonna actually have people that's gonna be able to jump on panels and speak also from their perspective and see how they're going, how things is going on in the dating market for them and on men and women, their perspectives on it, and tell us what what you encounter on the daily, especially with dealing with trying to interact with the opposite sex. So keep talking, babe. I'm gonna go find this video. You good?
Okay. Well,
the gender war. You good, babe? Take your time.
To bounce back off what I was saying earlier, those who are complaining about, because I've met, spoke, sat down, and tried to understand where people are coming from when they talk about, oh, men ain't this and women ain't that. And it's a whole lot of what they don't like. And it's like, okay, well, is this how you handle life issues? Mm-hmm. You point out at what you don't like, you just complain about it the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it. We gotta all deal with things we don't like.
Oh.
And I don't know. It's just, I just hear a lot of complaints, but there is no personal changes for some type of change to happen. So it's just a waste of breath to me. But,
all right, I got a video here.
You found it.
Oh, I just found one. The crazy thing about this, you can literally type in some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And it's gonna automatically pop up. Man, especially when it comes down to talking about men. Ooh-wee. Hey, listen, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys real quick, right? We're going to fair use, by the way. So you two don't be trying to give me any copyright strikes and all that shit, right? So we're gonna watch this video right here about a young lady. I don't want to butcher her name. Anila Reed. What's Gucci team? In her description, she says, "What's Gucci team? It's your girl, Anaya, and I'm back at it again with a fourth video. In today's video, we are discussing the various problems associated with dating as a woman with high standards, why men suck, from incels to pick-me's and double standards, and so much more. I'm here to ruffle some feathers, so enjoy and catch up to you in the next one. The next episode of Dragon Ball Z, Mr. Pope." Okay, let me stop. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think of this. You okay, Bookie?
But you're not that guy. Okay? You're not that guy. You're not even married.
First of all, I am. We are. Bitch. Let's go. And before somebody say I call her a bitch, I did not call her that. I just said that. Before somebody, oh my God, let's tag her and Busy. Yeah, all that little messy ass shit. Fair use, by the way. One thing. Do you got a man though? Fair use. Hold on, Amy, drop her on. What you think about so far, baby? Or what's she saying?
I don't really have any thoughts. she's I guess talking about a particular group of men that she's fed up with.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like there's misunderstandings on both parties.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a certain group of men discussing women like her from their perspectives, and then women like her getting offended where there shouldn't be an offensive. They're just that's their perspective, and then giving her own perspective on a group of men that she probably couldn't even completely understand fully. But I don't know. I just feel there's a lot of misunderstandings. It's causing a lot of confliction between the two groups.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that women do not need men?
No, I don't feel that women don't need men. What I guess if we're going off of feeling or beliefs, I believe that women need men just as much as men need women. And if people who say, well, I don't need a man, will then expect for men not to need you, just be able to apply that both ways. People like to just apply what they think is right just for themselves.
And apply that for everybody?
Exactly. And so that's where I feel like a lot of confusion also gets in the mix, because you will have people thinking that they're better than others just because they get to do something, but don't expect other people to do the same to them.
Yeah.
So,
okay, well, let's continue and see what she's talking about, all right?
And like I said, the fear.
She's about to talk about the mamas.
She's offended because.
But I'm gonna say this: fair use. I'm not trying. Oh yeah, I'm about to get ready to send you that link. Most definitely. This is not about going back and forth, like, because I don't know if anybody, people are weird, and you know how the internet is. I'm not trying to go back and forth. If she got her perspective on men and how things are, I'm not here to argue with, argue with Miss Reed. You know what I'm saying? Only person I argue with is my old lady. And hell, I barely argue with her. I shut the fuck up, and we ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go back and forth. Just my perspective, and I'm just doing a reaction. We're doing a reaction to her video to try to get an understanding on why women and men think like that. She said she got to use the bathroom. All right,
it came back. I've been drinking my tea.
Oh, you got shit?
No, I gotta pee.
Oh Lord. We'll get back to it. Let me see what you can hear.
It said the same thing.
Magically exempt. Hold on. What you say? Her channel name right here. Yeah. I'm seeing the link. Nah, he wants the link to get on the StreamYards. Yeah, give me just a second. I'm about to. Let me go back and just repeat what she said because I got caught up in the chat. Let me go back and just make sure I heard.
You don't want that. If your daughter can.
Nigga, what the fuck did you just say? Hold on, because you're putting particulars. Hold on, we're gonna play that again. So we gotta go back and hold on. So telling you behaviors and saying these things to you because they are reality. Can't hear the video? You can't hear the video. Hold on. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me I'm gonna share the video. Hold on. All right, share screen. Share audio.
That guy. Okay? You're not that guy. You're not even married.
All right, let's check it out. But like I said, fair use.
What's Gucci, you guys? It's your girl Leah Reed, and I'm back at it again for another video. And oh Lord, where do I begin? I've been scrolling the internet like I always do.
I have to say, before we continue, what the fuck is up with these little edges shits right here, bro? Nobody has baby hair after like 9 months. You know what I'm saying? You start growing your actual hair, not the wet shit.
It's so when it comes to hairstyles, it's the art of illusion. They're trying to make it look like their actual hair. So the laying down edges makes it look like
so under
edges,
here.
So she's trying to make it look naturally hers.
Oh, I'm not talking about it. I just be wondering because shit, my shit don't do that, and I got some pretty good fucking hair.
I do my edges with my bun.
Yeah.
It's my hair.
But that's your hair. She's not, nigga. I know that ain't. Well, from the show, okay, it could be here. Okay, I ain't tripping. I respect. But here, my nigga.
But
I wonder what happens if you know what we're gonna talk about this shit later on. I'm not calling her shit, but I'm just saying we're gonna talk about. We're gonna stop. Let me just play that.
Mind my business, and I've been noticing how men left and right have been losing
their
standards, or maybe they're just now discovering that women have had high standards, and they're also realizing that we don't need you guys, and y'all are not having it. And yes, it's the incels, the pick-me's, the misogynists of America are banding together once again to publicly display their disdain and disgust for women with high standards. High standards. Are they really though? Or are they standards that you'll never amount to even if you tried? Okay, man, at this point, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart because I need to understand, okay? We're letting y'all know that the Netflix and chills, the coffee dates, it's a thing of the past. We expect more from you guys. And here y'all are, y'all are dragging us
So far, what you feel about that, babe? She said we are dragging them down. That's what it's about to seem like what we're going
I'm
to.
trying to figure out what are these standards and are they realistic? Because and this is just to reflect on what Kevin Samuels talks about a lot, is you want this particular
Oh, they're gonna
man.
crucify you. They're gonna crucify you.
That's right.
For you a woman that listen to Kevin Samuels, you know,
That's
what they gonna call you a pick me? Yeah.
I don't care.
My lighter. You
They
saying
can
that?
say what they want right there.
Oh, thank you, baby.
She's back at it again.
Just let us fucking play with it.
Okay.
I just have to buy new shit. Well, go ahead and make sure when y'all come and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Push notifications. Let's go. Go ahead, babe. You good? Floor is yours.
These types of men
Booger Bell.
talking about with the high standards and stuff. And it's like, yeah,
If y'all can just see this kid, bro. I love my daughters. Look at this child.
With the blinds. She's tearing the blinds up. That's all she wanted.
That's all she wanted, bro.
Like, she does not care to be in the playpen, but
she want to tear up my blind.
Well, she'll tolerate the playpen for some blinds.
Yeah. But go ahead, baby. Go ahead. You go.
These standards that she has.
Leave my blind. Hey. Leave my blinds alone. I gotta pay for that. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, baby. My bad. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Keep talking, baby. Good. I got her.
Okay. Just at the standards, she never. We haven't finished the video, so I don't know if she ever mentions those standards. But whatever standards she's talking about, if a man did fit those standards, that type of man is asking you to fit his standards, and if those standards require you to be.
Go ahead, baby. You good? Go ahead. I got her.
If those standards require you to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't want to do that, then how do you expect to get that man with those set standards? You know, I'm not saying you can't have standards by all means, but do expect that the same standards, the value of those standards, how high you're setting those standards. Do expect someone to set that high of a standard for you too.
God damn, this girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and there she goes.
Oh.
But yeah, that's.
I got it.
You got it. That's cute. Oh, you got it. Ooh.
Go ahead.
But yeah, that's just where I'm looking at it. Like I get what she's saying. You know, she got standards, and it's probably because she's dealt with some low valued men. But one thing that I'll give an example.
No.
I had this person that I was dating at the time who told me that my standards were too high. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I'm underage, and I figure my standards should be set where they're at because of my age and because I value myself more than just somebody you can just sleep with and toss to the side. And so looking back at it now, I'm like, well, that person tried to devalue me just so they can have access to me to equate to their value. Right. And so in a sense, I get where she's coming from, where, you know, you don't want to devalue yourself as a female getting with a low valued male, but also look at yourself in honesty. Are you that equated value to what you're looking for? Can you match that energy?
Right. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of people there. They want, it's like asking a whole lot of sugar for a dime.
Right.
You want too much. Now you hustling.
Okay.
Now you suspect.
You want to play with daddy control? You got it. And so, all right, cool beans. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's see what she finished talking about.
For that, I mean, from slut shaming to fear mongering us into saying we'll never be white, we will die alone. I mean, it's insane. Y'all are pulling out all of the stops. Like, can we get into the fear mongering for a second? And like I said, the fear mongering, the slut shaming, the telling us we're gonna end up alone and how we not wifeable. And I need to understand because y'all are pulling.
I like to say something. When she say fear mongering, do you know that the word fear mongering, what that word means?
Let's look it up.
The word fear mongering. Because you gotta know, because people be getting called these fucking words, right? And they be saying these shit because, you know, folks went to college and shit. And so they, you know, oh, we got college education, so we're going to use these words to people that, you know, fear mongering.
Because I look at the etymology real quick.
Yeah. So you got to understand what fear mongering is. The action of deliberately arousing public fear or alarm about a particular issue. He was engaged in pure fear mongering that just might frighten folks into buying an anti-hacker software. That was the example. Right? Right? To deliberately spread harm about something. That's what fear mongering is. I think on this part, sweetheart, you use that word very improperly. Because if somebody's telling you that us men, or men in general, or certain type of men who do not agree with your behavior, you know what I mean, you're going to be alone, that's not fear mongering. That's telling you a reality. I think we gotta stop living in a delusion, and I think a lot of people lie to themselves a lot about stupid ass shit that's not even necessary. Like what she just said didn't have shit to do with fear mongering. Somebody just told you, if you act like this, child, did you just download a game? Ah, nigga. Yes, she did. She did. I just gave her the fucking controller. Hold on, I gotta stop this. Oh, the league. I don't even play roll call. Don't you me. Here. Bless you. And so I'm gonna go send out the link too. And so what was I talking about? Because she took me out of track, download stuff. Bro, you keep going back to it and doing the same thing. My ass. Just no, leave trouble. You get me shit with.
I can't remember what you heard.
Huh?
I was looking up the word.
But I brought
about fear mongering.
Yeah.
And how she misused it.
Yeah, you misused the word, and I feel like in certain dynamics, when certain women explain things, you over exaggerate shit to make people feel sorry for you. I never get that. I be telling her about this shit sometimes. She catch herself too. She catch herself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, babe, listen to what you're saying. The way you're saying it sounds worse than what it really is. You know what I mean? And so these are situations that men get caught up in. You better? Yeah. That men get caught up in. And we're sitting stuck in certain corners because we have to care about your feelings. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that as well, too. Well, we're going to be here for a little bit. Yeah. I said we're going to be here for a bit. So, yeah, let's get back to what the lady, Miss Lady's talking about. Miss Reed.
Now all the stops to let it be known that women don't deserve to have high standards, and I need to understand where that's coming from because it's really weird. Because I'm quite sure if your mama came out and said the same thing to any dude that she was dating, you would want that. If your daughter came out with the same requirements and request, you would want her to get all that and then some. But when it comes to other women, I don't understand how y'all magically think that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm raising my daughters to be wives. That's really how it is, and to also be not independent. We are social creatures. We're gonna be the only fucking mammals on planet Earth that's not fucking with each other. The same species of animal. We just sitting up here. We're not fucking each other and having babies in cubicles. This is what shit is heading to, and people are not getting that. Having a certain mindset. You have a lot of adults who have a certain mindset. Fair use, by the way. They're still in that hurt, and they're projecting that on other people, and other people are taking these people's projections and living this shit as this should be as face value. I can listen. At the end of the day, let's say this. Yes, I pay all the bills and all that and shit like that. But that don't matter. My wife and my family make this motherfucker home. We're codependent and interdependent of one another. And that's what we got to start seeing. We need each other. Half of these motherfuckers who talking about men ain't shit and women ain't shit, you single. You dick beating, pussy rubbing motherfuckers. You know who you talk with these big ass dildos. Excuse, hold baby is real quick. True. With these big ass dildos and sex dolls, and you're mad at the world. You got pent up testosterone, pent up estrogen, and nobody don't want to hear what you're talking about because you so fucking sexually frustrated and so fucking articulate at the same time. You think you know more than everybody, so what you did was you reach out and grab some motherfucking money and some education. Now you put yourself on a fucking pedestal, and now you don't think you don't need nobody now but your goddamn little rose petal thing that now fucked up your coochie. Now you can't have children. I know. Hey, baby.
That's deep. Very poetic. My favorite part was the rose petals.
It's a fact. And then you got these men who are out there who are just pissed off because they are getting rejected left and right. They don't know how to approach a woman. Some of them don't even have a man in their life to teach them how to approach a woman and how to talk to a woman. So they're going off the fucking shambles and doing all the other shit. Then they're taking information from people like Kevin Samuels and weaponizing it. Not everybody need to have this type of information. And I want to really name this shit, not this shit, but this title of this podcast, with great power come great responsibility. Shout out to Mr. Stan Lee. Because we're starting to see a cycle, especially on YouTube, that people are constantly getting this information and getting pushed straight to the top of the YouTube board, right? I mean, on recommends and all that. And it's making motherfuckers do this. You can't even look at a woman without looking at having a creepy look on you. You can't look at a man without him trying to sexually exploit a woman. You see what I'm saying? In certain instances. So where we at with this? This is a beautiful black woman. But I'm pretty sure with that mindset that she's talking about, she's single. And she's going to say she's waiting on her man. And by all means, I hope she is. But at the same time, this is, I want people to notice it. This is a fucking cycle, bro. This is a cycle. These hurt people hurt other people. Misery loves company. You do not see people in relationships talking about that we don't need each other. You don't. You don't. You see single motherfuckers. They want everybody else to be single with them. Man, let's get on to this video. We're gonna keep it going though. We're gonna keep the party going.
Y'all can go out into the world and treat other people's daughters like shit and then think y'all, the women in your family, is exempt magically, somehow. Help me understand. Men, no matter how many times you slut shame us, you tell us we don't deserve anything. I'm laughing because it really baffles me. No matter how many times you tell us, our standards are too high, this and the third, especially though.
In psychology, they teach you about, and my boy Grumple talks about all the times about, verbal cues and body language and gestures and stuff like that. You can see she's really trying to convey this is not really a thing for all women. This is a personal thing for her. This is something personal. I'm not saying because, I don't want to start no YouTube beef. But for conversation, I would like to know, who hurt you? Why do you feel like this? Why do you feel like when men are not needed? It's your opinion. You're right. You have that right to that opinion. But I would just want to know, what makes you feel like that? Could you say that to your daddy? My mama don't need you. You need to get out. Can you say it to your brother, your uncle? See, this is what I'm saying. It's crazy because a lot of external forces, they put this on. They put it on people like me and you. because we are outside. We're not in their family. But don't you have? What if you had a son? Could you tell your son that he's not needed in the world? Would you want him to grow up to have another woman tell him, "I don't need you. You ain't needed. Women don't need you." And if you do, then I believe in the essence that you don't really. Those type of people don't need to have children. And that's just my opinion. You know. Any words on so far, babe?
No.
Y'all
Fair use.
are never going to get married. You're going to be single forever. Blah 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 blah. It's not the threat that you think it is. It's just not. It's not giving what you thought it was. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let's put on our thinking caps for a second. 20 years ago, you would have had us. 20 years ago, when that was our goal, go to college or whatever the hell, graduate college, graduate high school, get out.
20 years ago was 2002. Let's soak that in. Social media just wasn't prevalent. Just remember that.
To the workforce, find her husband, settle down, be married, have kids, etc. You would have had us 20 years ago. You still got the pick-me's to this day, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later. However, nowadays it's just you telling us we're gonna be single forever is kind of sounding like a good time.
Hello. Repeat that.
She keeps repeating herself like she's triggered. You keep saying that we're going to be single.
That
Are you
is
mad because it's true.
That's what I'm thinking, because I feel like
Make it make sense.
yeah. You keep telling them
I don't see what point she made.
it's not a point. I feel like
understand the perspective, but what was the point that was made?
marriage at one point was a beneficial to women just as much as to men. Men started slacking in terms of being providers, lovers, etc. Main causes of divorce was still its finances and infidelity. Became manipulative, abusive, and controlling to women. In time progressed, women were pushed and began to desire freedom and a life of independence.
Can we accept that for what that is? Because I mean, why else? Is that their way of saying this is why we're here today?
Yeah, I get, like, to me, because it's like, nigga, what the fuck are you saying? You had like niggas, you had like every man was Ike Turner,
Bitch.
and I'm gonna slap the fuck out you. Why were people being married and getting married and staying married? I know folks, my mama been married since 1994. 95.
I think our stuff is based off tradition, and that's just how we, our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And marriage is stayed because there was no such thing as just breaking up and splitting. But there's a comparison about how often people are married back then versus today, and that amount is very low today.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's a higher divorce rate, or people not even getting married at all.
Right. Women are initiating over 80% of the divorce rates.
That
and getting almost 92% of the alimony in all divorce rates. But y'all don't need men. But y'all need a man's money.
But
I'm just saying, you don't need a motherfucker, but you want the nigga money.
Let's go ahead. Marriages back then, were they happy marriages compared to the ones today?
Mm.
Versus, you got relationships that people aren't even married that last longer than people who have been legally married. Right. So it's different for everybody. Just depends on the perspective you want to look at it from.
Okay. I'm gonna skip into her video a little bit, but the next question is why we like this and what led to it. Sorry, a little tongue tied. But let me go back on the video real quick.
Women, we are marrying ourselves, baby. We are taking ourselves to the exotic islands. We are buying.
Nigga, what the fuck did you? I could. What's the word? Really, nigga. Really, nigga. Stop, bro. You're marrying yourself? How? Are you a Christian? And if so, do you know? Let's just finish what she got to say. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Buying ourselves the dream cars, ourselves the white picket fence house and with the 5 million dogs, and we don't even need y'all to get pregnant at this point. I mean, we kind of do.
This is the delusion that black men talk about. You can't get pregnant, but you can kind of. You need the semen that comes out of the man's nutsack. But then you say you don't need men, we can go to the bank. A man has to go to the bank. So if all men say, you know what, fuck this shit, we ain't giving y'all shit, society will fucking stop. Man, the thing about it is, and this is why I try to get people to try to kind of understand. Bro, what I'm trying to get people to understand is this. I don't know what this complex comes from that a lot of women have now. And it's okay to be cocky, but you got to be able to back up that cocky with confidence and facts, right? Let's be honest, women are not the cradle of life. Men are. When colonists came into a land or they destroyed the men and raped the women and put their seed on and to white out or blot out color. This is just facts, bro. History shows us this. It's okay. You can't, with a womb, you can't really do nothing with it but put what? The semen or the seed of life, which has the information. And I'm not saying that men don't need women, but we can literally go put some semen in not an incubator, what's the damn thing? A test tube, and create a clone. Women can't, I hate to say it, women just can't do that. So it is differences that we have, and we have to be able to accept that. Excuse me for spitting. Be able to accept that and not think that our differences is something that's going to make us better. Why are we fighting with one another? Listen, if I eat tomatoes and I grow tomatoes and that's my thing over here, but you over here, you're growing cabbages. Cabbage is your thing. You got the best fucking cabbages on earth. And you know what I say? I want to grow some cabbages, right? I never grew cabbages. I've been growing tomatoes, right? So I decided to grow some cabbages. My cabbage don't come out as good as yours. I cannot get mad. I'm not a fucking cabbage grower. I'm a tomato grower. I gotta understand what I'm good at and what in my perspective. This is my perspective, people. What you take of my perspective on that? Do I sound crazy?
It's not. I wouldn't say you sound crazy. It's more or less just how you're delivering the message. I agree with you.
Yeah. Because people will take it like I'm like an asshole or some shit because I'm very assertive.
No, it's just how you're delivering it. It will make it appear as if you feel that men
are better.
Are better or
I'm not.
Are above women because and you talk about a hierarchy with your beliefs. That's what would make it appear when not everybody looks at life the way you do. So it would just appear that way.
I'm glad you said that. High five.
So I'm just saying that's how it would appear. But
remember that life look at the way you do.
To bounce off of that, I guess she's just, I don't know if she's speaking off of her experience and her personal experience, because what I'm noticing is women who do videos such as this, it seems like they get a trigger off of something they've heard and they want to go voice that trigger. Because we are women who, when we're upset, we do have to voice our emotions. And what better way to voice it than somewhere where we can get the attention to voice it, you know?
Do you feel like women get away with things that men don't get away with?
I feel it's both for both parties. I feel there's things that women get away with that men will never get away with.
Like say for like it's certain things like things that women can never get away with that we get away with. Like say for instance, we can have multiple sexual partners, and nobody will look at us as a whore
because nobody will know. That's y'all's thing. Nobody knows about who y'all, unless you guys.
We talk among men. We talk among ourselves, but we don't. It's not like
you guys have that code.
Yeah, women do too.
Yeah, okay.
What you mean? Oh, yeah, okay. Y'all do.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all don't
have that code where women are messy.
Trust me, men are too. Niggas spill talk too now. Don't get it twisted, queen.
Okay. I don't.
Nah, these niggas out here telling on their homeboys.
I see why females move the way they do, and it's
inboxing their homeboys, old lady, and telling about, you know, you don't need to be with that nigga, right? I could probably treat you better. He was out with such and such last week. Yeah, you got niggas out there like that.
Well, goddamn.
Do shit like that, I'm gonna fuck your mama.
He's gonna fuck your mama. Long dick style.
Long dick style. I'm talking about. Let me stop, but I don't play that. Let's see here. The song was in my head. Why are we like this, and what led to it? What you say? But let's let Mama finish her little rant real quick, and then we're gonna get into something else. Cause that's 22 minutes.
We kind of don't like. We just.
I'm not saying I'm triggered, but when you talking stupid, this is in my perspective. And I'm not calling her stupid. I'm just saying to me it's stupid. And she probably can do a rebuttal on this video, like, oh, the nigga ain't got his hair done, and you know he doing his lips black, he smoking on stream, blah 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 blah. Yeah. I'm a nigga. I don't argue. I learned a long time ago. I don't argue with women. I ain't finna give you no back before, cause I don't give a fuck. That's just, and they're like, oh, you run. I'm not running, no. Just no, nigga. This is YouTube. Yeah, but I'm gonna get back to it.
But you get what you keep up. Come on, you can do this. And we just don't need you guys. We are buying ourselves the designer bags. Hell, we are becoming the bags, running our own multi-million-dollar businesses, et cetera, et cetera. I could go on. So you threatening us.
It sounds like somebody threatened her. Somebody told her this, and she came to YouTube and got pretty and said this. You can get all the money you want. As men, we tell you this. I can say this, and I speak for most men right now. We do not give a fuck about your goddamn money, bro. We don't give a fuck what Fortune 500 company you got. We don't give a fuck how much Bitcoin you got. We don't give a fuck about that. We don't. My boy Mox. Shout out to my boy Moxie Approved, man. I really appreciate that, man. Yo, y'all make sure y'all go hit up Moxie in the Moxie mod. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Mox. We need to stop acting like... What was I just saying? Come on, I got excited. My boy Moxie showed up. Sound like a little schoolgirl, huh? Acting like a little hoe. And my dog stopped by, man. So I was like, yeah, with the yeah. And I just feel like Shorty's pissed. And I'm gonna send out the link because I want folks to get on the panel and we're gonna talk about this. She sounded like this is a personal attack. Somebody told her some shit. And like I said, we don't give a fuck about your money. That's what I was talking about. We don't care about your money. As men, we care about, can you love us? Be our security blanket. Can you, like, I'm gonna tell you this. This is the hardest thing. Who the fuck? 318-607 Deanna Mooney. That's a 318 number. Hello? Hey, what's up, Daddy's baby? You got a phone? Oh, yeah? That's what's happening. What you up to anyway? How was school? Yeah. Well, listen. Your dad's live. I'm gonna call you back in a few, okay? I'm doing a little a live stream. But if you want to watch, you can tap in. Okay. I'm glad you do. Okay. I love you, princess. Take care of yourself. All right, beep beep. Oh, my baby got a phone. About time. Sorry about that, y'all. That was my oldest daughter. But we don't care about y'all money, yo. We care about, can y'all help hold down this fucking household? And she's talking about being the bag and all that shit. That's cool and all that shit. You can take trips. We don't give a fuck about that. Most niggas don't want to be on boats anyway because we can't swim. Right? And I'm just throwing a joke out there, but at the same time, bro, we don't care about that. We care about being loved, bro. Unconditionally. Can you be a mom to our future kids? Hell, I take care of the house and all this shit, but shit, can you help me? Can you help me make this motherfucking macaroni? Can you help me build this flower bed? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna build a house, but can you decorate this motherfucker for me? You see what I'm saying? We need to stop attaching marriage to materialistic shit. And that's why motherfuckers is unhappy with money. You a rich, miserable bitch. Not you, Miss Reed. I don't know you like that. I'm just saying in general. For the word, Miss Reed, I'm not talking about you. Miss Reed, I'm not talking about you. Miss Reed, I'm not talking about you. But you miserable bitches. Niggas too. You feel me? Hold on, what she said? We just need to match the energy we put out and expect the energy to come back in the same way, shape, and form.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form.
In some way, shape, or
All
form.
that energy she's putting out, talking what she's talking, it's like, yeah, that's great and cool. If you want us to agree with you, you got to be able to match that same energy and expect what you're putting out to come back in return.
All right. Let's let little mama finish.
With singlehood forever, not being wife, not being married, it's giving a good time. It's giving don't threaten you with a good time. And for
My bad, my boy Grump will catch this. That was the verbal cue with the hair flip. She somebody told her this shit. Somebody told her this. And that's why she feel the way that she feel. The hair flip was it, because it was like, I can't believe you told me this. Watch this. Watch the cue. Shout out to my boy Grump. Watch this.
women, we are marrying ourselves, baby. We are taking ourselves to the exotic islands. We are buying ourselves the dream cars, ourselves the white picket fence house and with the 5 million dogs. And we don't even need y'all to get pregnant at this point. I mean, we kind of do, but then we kind of don't. Like, we just can go to the sperm bank, but you get what you keep up. Come on, you can do this. And we just don't need you guys. We are buying ourselves the designer bags. Hell, we are becoming the bags, running our own multi-million-dollar businesses, et cetera, et cetera. I could go on. So you threatening us with singlehood forever, not being wife, not being married, it's giving a good time. It's giving don't threaten you with a good time. And for you men that are
ain't no good time.
This whole threat of being single forever, number one, you're not that guy. Okay? You're not that guy. You will never be that guy. And number two, marriages are on the decline. Do you know why?
What is that?
Because women are no longer making that a priority. I mean, men nowadays, y'all are not giving marriage material. Women have come to realize that you men are not providing.
Do you hear the condescending tone that she has? You men are not needed. You men ain't women that woken up. There's no accountability on both parts. It's none. No accountability. It's more the lines of men ain't this, men ain't that. Whatever we did and how we did it is because it's all a man's fault. Men are at fault for all the things that are going on. This is what I'm hearing. Is that what you're hearing?
It just sounds like she's upset.
Yeah, and
about something personal. Because I still have yet to see what point she's made.
Let's see if she make a point.
She's given her
providing the same benefits that came with marriage that you did 20 years ago today. The times are not adding up. It's definitely not the same. It is no longer beneficial for the woman. Y'all are really out here on Beyonce's internet talking about how you miss traditional women, but you don't embody a...
Did this nigga say Beyonce's internet? Wait, hold up. You out here on Beyonce? Hold up. I'm a little high. I could be wrong. Right? Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. Let's go back 10 seconds. Mute me.
And it's no longer beneficial for the woman. Y'all are really out here on Beyonce's internet talking about how you miss traditional women, but you don't embody a single fucking traditional male trait in...
Oh, got it. My bad. Did y'all catch that when she talking about on Beyonce's internet? Y'all really out here on Beyonce's internet saying this. And then when I notice about people with that Beyonce internet mindset, that beehive mindset, they are usually the ones that hate people. And I say, why are we like this? It's because music, in my eyes, has led us to this. Movies have led us to this. In a sense, because this independent, no need nobody mindset has really settled into our community. All the single ladies. Throw your hands up. All that shit, right? Niggas ain't shit. I don't want no scrubs. Scrubs is a guy that can't get no love from me. All that shit, right? This shit has been ushered in that men, this has warped the mind of these modern women who think like this and act like this, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention. This is what's really going on. This is really not true. It's people perpetuating their life onto your experience and telling you and getting you to feel them. They're playing on your fucking emotions, y'all. Because I tell you right now, if a man got up here and said the shit that she's saying about a woman, he'll get canceled. It'll be picket signs out this motherfucker, out his fucking house. He'll be labeled misogynistic. Just let's transform my face into a man. Oh, women ain't shit. We don't need women. Women ain't this for that, this, that. What do I sound like? I sound like a piece of shit saying some shit like that, right, don't I, babe?
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I sound like a piece of shit saying shit like that about women. And that's not true. But I'm perpetuating how my experience onto everybody else. And now I got you guys in your feelings. And now I want you to feel like me. And there's motherfuckers that do this, y'all. What's your take on it? I know you a little high. I see your eyes.
Okay.
She said, okay. She like,
I'm looking for something to eat. That's my take.
You stupid.
Shit, she need a sandwich.
Yeah.
She sounds hungry. She sounds upset. But
you said she need a sandwich. I thought you were talking about you. I like, what, you want me to go make you one?
No, I'll do it. But no, just to hop off of what you were saying. I don't know, just to me, because I don't even know why she made the video, so I don't have much to say.
Men suck. And here's why.
I was upset. And I'm like, hey, you have the right to feel that way, but what are you doing about it? Say what you want, but what you doing?
Yeah. How is this beneficial for your movement and the things that you're trying to do in life? And then why, if you don't need men, that you got to get on here and say it? If you don't need men, why don't you just show that? You can show that with your actions.
You got some people who create, like I've created my own spiritual blogs, just to express my spiritual journey. Not diving into nothing religious or nothing, but just as an example, if she's somebody who's doing this for a reason, post some personal experiences that you're going through, blog, something that we can, instead of just ranting and just saying men ain't this, because now you don't know how your words are feeding people's egos. You're feeding people's pride.
Maybe some people don't care,
causing more destruction than you are healing.
And we're gonna get into that.
Because she just seeing how she's talking, you can tell by her body language and how she's looking at the camera and the angle, the tilt of her head just shows she has an attitude already, like she's upset. When you're trying to deliver a message and get people to,
I only see ghetto white girls talk like that. I don't ever see no white woman that dress like her, that maybe even have the hair like her, the hairstyle like that. I don't ever see them act like that. I don't see other women act, I only see that really strong sense of attitude and entitlement within our women. The women that act like that. You don't see that in a you see, Karens and how they act, right? You know what I'm saying? You know how entitled white folks act, right? But when it comes down to the popping the head and shit like that and popping kamehamehas and it's only ours. And then, because I know we're so animated as a people, we are. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so passionate. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. We're so passionate with our words.
And we have people on the outside looking on
I can take that. I can take that.
Just like when we say we're going to discipline, we're just talking about a simple discipline. Our kids.
I can retract what I said.
He's going to beat their. No, that he was not. But okay.
Yeah, I can retract that and say that I was wrong. Maybe that she's just really passionate. But as a man, I would see that, nigga, why are you doing this? Nigga, ain't your throat tired, nigga? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it like why are you doing all this extra shit for? Because I'm not after a while, I'm not going to be able to take you serious.
We probably watched some of her other videos. If she does that throughout all her videos, then we just know that's just how she talks. But,
okay.
If not, she's upset.
Y'all stay here all day about how you're an alpha male when it's really giving beta bitch. You're sitting here asking women, well, what do you bring to the table? Women need to be submissive to you, but you sitting here wanting to bring out 50-50. Do you want a roommate, sir, or do you want a wife? Because I'm confused. No, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? Thinking Cavs back on again. Y'all men, and here's the thing, I'm not talking about all men, because I know you keyboard warriors are ready. Not all men. Shut up. If it don't apply, let it fly. We're talking to the Dusties. Okay, Thinking Caps on. Let's get into it. Y'all want women to marry you and abandon her last name. Sometimes move out of her home state, move far away from her goddamn family. You want her to jeopardize and essentially fuck up her mental health, her physical health, her body.
Fair use, by the way.
To bring life into this world.
This is what kills me. Why they make pregnancy being like the hardest thing on planet Earth to do? Right? Mm-hmm. You make us bring this life into the world. Where women control who brings life into the world, really. You guys can go to abortion clinic. We can't make y'all go. We can't lose responsibility of the baby if we don't want it. So these are facts. There's more women out here killing babies than there are men killing babies, and that is a fact. We ain't even gotta be sensitive about that. We ain't gotta. Oh my God, don't say that. No, that's real. That's real. So let's not talk about this, because there's a lot of women that have left babies at fire stations, in trash cans, at their aunties and uncles and people's houses like that. And she's hurt. That's been the excuse. But man do it, he left or something. He can't want to take his care and responsibility. He ain't shit. It's a double-edged sword, y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy. Was you saying anything else?
Oh yeah, I made a comment. I actually had a conversation with someone I personally knew about what she was saying. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just bouncing off of what she was saying, how
Mm-hmm.
you want women to do this, that, and the other, and you want women to change their last name, and speaking from a place of you want women to, like, as if we're servants. And I'm like, okay, I understand why she would say what she said, because she had been from her background where she's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
She was hurt. And so I'm like, okay, that's understandable why,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you would not want to do submissive,
Absolutely.
womanly things to a man who's treating you as such. But of course, you wouldn't be with the man as such, now would you? So why are you expecting the person you're getting with to be like that if you're,
Because let's say this, right?
it's just an accountability thing.
Mm-hmm. Because I can use our shit for example, right?
Mm.
I pay all the bills, right? But the wife makes sure that my clothes are washed, that my clothes are ironed. I cook, but we both cook. But you know what I'm saying? I'm the best cook. Feel me? She's just a healthy one. She's the healthy option. You feel me? I'm the healthy option. You feel me? I protect and provide. I do my job. I'm in my. I feel like I'm in my role. Would you say that I'm in my role?
I would say you do your role, you do your job.
You
do your role, you do your job. I would say we both do our role.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, and I was about to say you do yours as well.
It's equal to get this entire house running the way it runs.
It feels much better. Like I can say this. My old lady tells me all the time, like, babe, you need to pick this up. I don't feel like having to come up and always pick up behind you. Me knowing that she's going to pick up behind me regardless, I have to be considerate and understanding that yes, I may be working and doing some shit, but she is doing her job and doing her best to do stuff behind me. So I need to be considerate of things and helping her out as much as I can and being there for her.
And I too have to hold that same energy in return, making sure that what I'm doing is not making his job any harder. Our jobs are harder already
as it is.
Why make it harder?
Why make it harder? I believe we, as men and women, we need to let's say this. All these crazy ass contracts, we need to start reading in between the fine print before we get any relationship with these people, because people don't understand the duty of marriage.
But you need to know who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you working with, and understand you need to know yourself as well, because I think a lot of people get into relationships not even knowing themselves, and then get caught off guard with something they aren't able to handle.
Right.
Gets in front of them, and
mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people are ready for that idea of marriage.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good. I'm reflecting back on the conversations I've had with other females, and I'm thinking, wow, you threw away a happy family for what? And then you want to talk shit about them? And I was there to see that you was really ain't doing what you was supposed to do.
Oh, I know what she's talking about. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm just like, being petty. But yeah.
Okay. And then it's whatever. It's whatever. It's just I'm starting to see how there's just a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of people are lying out here.
Yeah, a lot. Woo!
Yeah, a lot of people lying their ass off.
Let me put the blood out. They be close. I looked in the camera and saw how close she was. So I'll put it out. But my thing is, and one thing I never understood is the accountability part. I'm glad you said that. That's one of the questions. Accountability. Who's the most accountable? Let me take that out. Who's the more accountable and why?
How can you compare the two when accountability looks different from both parties? I wouldn't even equate the two. But what I will say is that how men handle their accountability is a lot more I say I respect it a lot more because you guys go through a lot more physically compared to women.
You don't think we don't go through things emotionally?
Oh no, definitely. I believe you guys do.
Some people say we're emotionally immature.
Some, and it's not all, it's just some, but that applies to females as well. We do have a lot of emotionally immature females who just sadly don't grow past the age of 16. And it shows in their
16
behavior.
and hurt. Ooh, not 16 and pregnant. You stop growing at that age and you stay right there with that same childish mindset. I see where you're going.
Yeah. And it's sad, but it is what it is.
So they can see you. Oh, she's feeding the baby. My bad.
Yeah. I'm just making sure she's getting tired, but she's trying to watch her cartoons. Okay.
Hey, what's wrong, Booger Bear?
She wants to.
Yeah.
All right.
I say, in my perspective of dealing with women out of 34 going on 35 years of living, this is gonna ruffle some feathers. It's really gonna ruffle some feathers. I think when it comes down to accountability, women are not held to a certain standard like men are when it comes down to being accountable and being held for their actions. And women get bailed out a lot. I can honestly say that when it comes down to certain shit, we can go by the prison standard. They get lesser sentences, especially even for the same crime. And I would like to say, I got something that I want y'all to see, and we can discuss right now. It's 25 things that women get away with. I want y'all to see what y'all think. This is my little stand on. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me go pull it up. I'm gonna pull up my window, and we're gonna talk about each and every last share screen. Hold on. Right here. Right. 25 things women get away with that men can't. Let's discuss that real quick, y'all. Let me get to it. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot my screen. There we go. Let me take that tab out. Here, we're going to shrink you real quick so everybody can get an idea of what we're about to talk about. Having feelings, found on Ask Reddit.
Wait, what is this?
25 things women get away with that men can't.
By who?
Huh?
By who?
It's a thought catalog. It was a subreddit by Lorenzo back in 2017. Okay. Number one, having feelings. Women get away with having feelings. Constant complaining. Let's get on to having feelings and the constant complaining.
I would say the expectations of having feelings are a lot lower for men.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are more limited and constricted to how much feelings you're allowed to express, which really is like keeping the lid on a tea kettle while it's
boiling
over.
Boiling over.
To let it off. That's to me where our mindsets have, and it's an abuse of power, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's really an abuse of power that has allowed and fed into females' ego and pride to pump their heads up to where it's at. And with the constant complaining, I think that ties into the ego and pride. Men are more limited on how much they can complain because life's rough for them anyways. They just got to get through it. Where females, it's like the expectation is life is not supposed to be as hard for girls.
Mm-hmm.
So with the
what was you told as a child about expectations?
What do you mean?
Well,
for what?
What was you expecting as a girl? Like if something was to happen, somebody was supposed to save you. Like say that you get into some shit, right? Like let me speak for myself. Say for instance, I was to get into a rape, right? and I need a ride now because I have no car. I'm expected to take the bus, get a bike, get a new car or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or get a lift and all that. That's what I'm expecting, or walk. I'm not expecting for somebody to maybe even gift me a car or buy me a car.
Like if you didn't have,
I didn't have the resources to fix it.
I just.
Not saying for you, I'm just saying in women in general, the expectation, as I would see in my perspective, that in that instances, let me speak on that instance, right? That women would get a slight little, I don't say a slight, they'll definitely get help more, because women tend to, we look at you guys as gentle creatures, right? Something that needs to be protected.
Okay.
So men are not looked at that as that. We are the ones that are the protectors.
Yeah, you're supposed to be tough and
we're supposed to be tough.
Show emotion.
Right. So, with that being said, I'm trying to say is,
to me, these are stereotypes.
Stereotypes, yeah.
To the world, apparently, these are facts. Sadly.
Oh, okay. Okay, what about the 3? Throwing tantrums. Throwing tantrums, psychotic fits, screaming and throwing shit, hitting. Oh, wow, hold up. Hitting and kicking. When a woman does that, someone just push her feelings too hard. When a dude does it, lock him up. I'm not advocating for this kind of behavior, but some couples do fight, and some have temper. Some really go for the pushing of buttons by cut the bullshit dude. Right? Yeah. That is true. I've seen a lot of cases where women can tear a man's car up, slice his tires, break his window, set his shit on fire, and other women were like, "Go on, girl, yeah, you did that shit." And if a nigga do that, he's a fucking terrorist. He's a fucking problem. Y'all need to lock him up. Look at toxic masculinity. You see that double standard? But that I believe that is very something true. Avoiding the labor, not helping moving heavy things. That is true. I say that the reason why, because women are not as strong as men. We are designed to lift the heavy shit.
Eventually, physically, we will have to submit. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, bitch, you can only do this take this so far. Right.
How do you feel about people that feel like women are as? Did you hear about the woman that was on World Star that was trying to lift 400 pounds? I thought I showed it to you, and she tried to prove that she could squat to her daughter, and she died right there. The motherfucking thing fell on her and shit like that. It's crazy. It's like delusional, and she was trying to prove, I can lift as much as that man, and the motherfucker fell right on her. That's crazy. That's psychotic.
I mean, at that point, pride comes before the fall.
Crying. What about crying? Crying about their feelings when they're depressed normally doesn't bode well with when a guy does this. On that note, you are loved and not alone if you feel this way. PM me if you're not okay. That guy.
I think men are not expected to cry out their emotions, where I really think they should. I promote men crying it out because it's better than taking it out elsewhere. But women cry. It's expected for women to do that. But that's just our physical way of getting it out.
Because you guys are emotional creatures, which is nothing wrong with that. And I say this all the time.
Men are too.
We are emotional.
Just kept pushing that lid on that pot.
I believe when men, we're talking about men, not little boys, but men. I believe we are emotional. We are very highly emotionally intelligent. We do keep our feelings in check because a lot of times that we don't get enough credit.
Look at our history.
Yeah, we don't get enough credit. We don't get enough credit for being emotionally strong. We really go through so much each and every day, and nobody gives us enough credit for the shit, for us just being quiet about it. You know what I mean? Just sitting up here taking this shit on the chin. This constant shit right now is men being bashed right now. We ain't shit. We ain't this. We ain't that. You feel me? That thing right there, it's a real thing, and it's sad that because the outcry for saying men ain't shit is way louder than the cry that women ain't shit. Let's be real. I was in the dispensary. The girl was telling me, and I said I was going to have this topic. I was going to bring this topic on the podcast, and she said, "We were just talking about that. We were just casually saying and just playing that men ain't shit."
Well, you mentioned before that men don't really talk about, you guys keep it amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Women are more vocal, so of course they're gonna want to talk and get it out.
Right. Okay.
So as to why you hear more men ain't shit versus women ain't shit, you guys don't vocalize your pain as often and as much as women do.
Yeah. But
you guys really internalize things very differently.
Yeah. I know that for sure for myself, and I definitely can speak for myself that I really just take in a lot of things first before I go off into a tangent. It takes a lot for me to. Well, no, I don't. If you do some ignorant shit, I'm gonna be pissed because I don't tolerate dumb shit. But at the same time, like, I have a lot of patience when it comes down to a certain thing. Because I can only tolerate bullshit for so much because I live in truth, and so I guess that's why. Do you feel like women lie to each other or lie to themselves? But we're gonna get into that. Hold on. That was a question that I looked down. But hold on. Hold on. Let me get back to the other question first, right? Domestic abuse. What you feel about the domestic abuse? 25 things women get away with: domestic abuse and groping.
I will say, yeah. I will say that is a thing. There's this idea that women are just innocent from, like, there's a default innocent.
Yeah, like FT and Bay. Oh my God.
Men can't be default innocent as well.
Right.
And so I think, underestimate women and how we abuse our own power as submissive creatures. I don't ever hear phone calls to the police about some female putting her hands on. Oh my gosh, she's putting her hands on me. Da, 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 da. You don't hear that because men feel I can handle this.
We're expected to calm down the situation because we're supposed to be stronger, but
then it just gets out of hand with the female.
So because this is why I say when I used to fight, I never fought when I was mad. Because I fought one time when I was mad and I was in the 10th grade and that was the dude I told you a story about. I fucked up real bad. It was blood and shit everywhere. And I literally just went fucking crazy. My mom even told you about the shit, right? So when a woman is mad, and this is what I see, and I've seen this happen to me, I got a bite mark on my stomach to prove it. When you're in the emotional state, sometimes you don't think when you're mad. My baby told me this. What'd you say, baby?
When I'm angry, I don't think. But I am very specific about my emotions.
Yeah. And so you got say for instance a person that's not emotionally intelligent as you.
I've never seen myself angry. So.
You don't because you just let's not get into that. Anyway, let's not get into that. But stay on subject. Focus. But what I've noticed is that like when you're emotional, you can do a lot of damage. And I've seen women stab men.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, stab men, shoot. You know what I'm saying?
I know some people,
in the heat of the moment. Not saying men don't do it, but it's a lot of unspoken men who have been.
Scary.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised I would punch you. If I was a man, I would punch you.
Would knock the fuck out. Listen.
One time to bring a knife. Where's my gun?
It ain't even that, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. You already had this talk.
Females be doing the most.
I'm not. I got 2 daughters. I got a 12 going on 13-year-old that just hit me up, and I got this beautiful baby that's 9 going on 10 months. No, she 8 going on 9 months, right?
She's 9 months now.
She's 9 months going on 10 months, yeah. Damn, about to be a year already. Fuck. Mm-hmm. And so, I'll tell you right now, her mama 100 and some pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? With a brick on her back. Right? Come at me with a gun or a knife. I'm going to beat your ass, nigga. And I'm going to say this on a lot. If I fear for my life, I got the right to defend myself. I don't give a fuck if you got a pussy, a producer, whoever. You can have both of them, bitch. You could be hermaphrodite. If I feel like you threaten my life, I'm not finna fuck a social construct. I'm gonna uppercut your ass like that man on that bus. What he say? I said, "Well, but not the, I'm talking about the dude on the bus. You going to jail now? Boom. Fuck you talking about? I don't advocate for that. No. I don't advocate for no. I don't believe a man has the right to ever put his hands on a woman until. But don't give me that talking about you can't defend yourself. Who the fuck? I'm supposed to let you do? Hold up. Like, that's all we're gonna. You gonna be patting all my fucking face and shit? I supposed to sit there and let you do? Man, hell no, nigga. I'm gonna grab that keyboard. Bing bong, bing bong. Ball. Remember that boy hit the girl with the trash can? Yeah. Bing bong. Hell no, man. I'm gonna get you out of here.
I think women abuse that power of.
I really appreciate that, brother.
Women really abuse that power of men aren't supposed to hit women. Okay, let's equate that. Women ain't supposed to hit men.
Fact, man. I ain't finna don't put your
learn how to use your words like an adult. And you have to take it to where you gotta get physical. Take your ass on and take a walk.
Yeah, and that's what she had to do one time because this nigga she tried to get mad at me. I'm sitting right here in the same spot we arguing. She walk up on me. Like literally walk. And I told her, I said, hey, I'm gonna say this shit one time. I don't know who the fuck you think you walking up on, but you need to back the fuck up. I am not the one. I love you. You got my baby and all that. But you better. I don't give a fuck how many. I don't do that. I don't walk in your face and do all that. Yeah. You ain't my motherfucking mama. And you ain't my grandma. You ain't my dad. You better back your ass up. And she respectfully did that and got on that motherfucking couch and started yelling from over there. But it's facts though. Huh? She started talking that shit over there. But I be damned you get up and I'm go, boy, I ain't that. I'm that. Know what? I'm not that nigga, but I am that nigga. Yeah, I ain't gonna miss you. You gonna let me stop. Somebody gonna clip this.
Oh my God, he's a woman beater. He sounds so toxic. What type of man is he?
A man that got a family. Unlike you single motherfuckers that's miserable and mad. But let's go to number 7. Groping. In general, I had strange women come up to me at a bar and touch my arm and chest without saying a word. If I did that to a woman, I'd be on my ass and out on the street in a heartbeat.
So remember when you were gonna call the police on me?
This nigga tried to rape me.
I think that's another. I wouldn't expect you to, I'm like, oh, he's this.
I did not want to have sex. I just wanted to chill.
It should be the other way around.
Who gives a fuck? I wanted to chill.
No.
I'm like, stop. This nigga put in my pants. I'm like, yo, bro, if you don't fucking stop, I'm calling security.
Security.
And you gonna get escorted off the fucking front.
You was about to call that my security.
I really, you think? Because I can't. What I'm gonna do?
Security. I don't even know her.
No,
sir.
And I tell y'all, young men who watching now, man, listen. Don't put your dick all the way in, bro. When the first time, because you make them crazy like that. You do. You make them batshit crazy. It's facts.
Okay.
It's facts. I know I'm a good man. I'm good to it and all this, that, and the third. But I know what got him. I know what got him. I know that. That Hook, that Captain Hook. Ain't that right, boo-boo?
But I digress.
Yeah. You digress. That Captain Hook.
What is that goofy, silly, and emotional behavior? Number 8.
Nah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Put that banana on.
Goofy.
Let me stay here. Let's get to it. The next one, right? Goofy, silly, and emotional behavior, right? We can get away with goofy and silly behavior as well as emotional behavior. Honestly, the idea of emasculation is a huge disservice to men. The idea that they have something as a man that will be taken away if they act too feminine or childlike, anything that does not fit within the strict social parameters or manliness. Men are raised to act like they have a super thick skin and are treated like they should be able to take anything because they are a man. I feel like the freedom to be myself without ridicule is only had because I am a woman. Yo, Tisha got me. What's your take on that?
I don't think I grasp the full concept of what this.
It's basically saying that goofy and still in emotional behavior, like you be able to act out. It's almost like going back into
Like
numbers.
taunting?
Huh? Yeah, or just being childlike. You know how like girls can lay in the bed, 3 or 4 or 5 girls can lay in the bed. Nobody consider that weird or nasty or gay or anything like that. Just it's just girls laying in the bed, right? But if boys did and go outside and play Dragon Ball Z, they're childish. Girls can sit up and have sleepovers, have pillow fights and shit like that, and that's just a girl's night out. Men are not considered. We're not considered that we can sit out there and do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, you just haven't experienced it. It's fine.
No, I haven't.
That's cool.
I grew up with all boy cousins, so.
That's why. That's fine. But it's very true.
You know. Okay.
Talking to random children. That is fucking true. Now that is true. I mean the other babies. But listen.
He said that is fucking true. Now that you got a point.
Nah, that is fucking true. And nobody can debate that shit. Nobody can debate that.
Yeah.
We're at the 2-hour mark. We're about to get ready to open up the lines for people to be able to call in. I'm gonna send the link in StreamYard. You're gonna be able to come in and be able to talk. If not talk, you can be able to show your face and talk to everybody out here and talk to us and share your point of view and your perspective on what we're saying. And like I said, these are just perspectives. We're not trying to push no ideas on anybody. These are just our perspectives and how we feel about things. And maybe that you would like to hear our thoughts. You feel me? But number 9, I don't give a fuck what any woman said. I'm talking to all women when I say this. Y'all motherfuckers can talk to anybody, child, but we can't. But as soon as we say, hey, little girl, hey, I'm like that. I wish a man would talk to my motherfucking daughter. Like, hey, little girl, but who the fuck you think you talking to? Because this is how the world has wired us to be. Because, we got pedophiles and, weird motherfuckers out there like that, sex traffickers and shit like that. That's understandable. But talking to random child that looks like they need help. So many times I've seen people talk how they try helping a lost child but get accused of being a pedo on this site. That's true.
Yeah.
You can't get in the kid's inbox as a man. None of that. That is a stereotype. But a woman can get in there, hey, you need help? I can help you do this, that, and the third. And there's women out there that are...
They're not reaping any repercussions for that. That's why they get away with it.
And they get away with it. And that's why there's a lot of cases where now is women being used to go kidnap kids.
Yeah. Because
the social construct is like that.
Trust women
Mm-hmm.
at all times. Wait, what? Ain't they some hoes?
Back, trust in the Most High. I don't trust nobody. I trust my wife to a certain extent because she's human.
To a certain degree.
Yeah, and it's vice versa because she can't control me and I can't control her. We only know what we capable of doing to ourselves and to each other to an extent. But we have enough respect and love to understand that and work around with our own insecurities and make this shit work. Got a comment, hold up. Where Domo at? Who is Domo? Who is Domo? Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah. Look at this one. Being a sugar baby. Yeah, you nasty little motherfuckers. Be fucking these old ass wrinkled men with these.
How many guys are out there?
Sponsored by older women. Barely. How many young ladies?
Like you said, you guys don't talk.
We keep our shit to ourselves, but it's a lot of girls that be sitting up there saying, "Ooh, girl, yeah, I got me a sponsor."
What are they called? That's what they're called? Sponsors? I thought they were escorts.
I can't do my neck like that. I'm gonna break my fucking Adam's apple. A sponsor. Put the blood out.
What they sponsor?
Teachers having affairs with students. Ooh.
Okay. Now, we in Washington State, where this is the safe haven.
Nasty bitches up here.
And
my ass cheeks hurt. Excuse me.
I think I was in 10th grade. Sophomore year.
Yes, sir.
And there was a girl in my class who was very open about her relationship status with the security guards at the high school. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't think somebody's gonna report this information? No, it's cool. It's fine. Da, 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 da.
What happened?
Motherfucker ended up in jail, at prison.
Wow! Right?
Come to find out, he was not only sleeping with students at my high school, but at other high schools. I'm like, holy hell. Well, yeah.
Even when people like the women that be having sex with the young boys, they always try to make the young boys seem like, you know, they're just horny and the teacher was in a dark place and, you know, man, and I ain't agreeing to the shit at all. I didn't even hell, I was real skeptical of me and you talking because I was at the time 33 and you was what, 23, and you a grown woman. And I always talk to people that was older than me or my age, and so hell yeah. False criminal accusations.
Yeah.
FTN Bay. Huh.
Yeah.
That's enough said right there.
Just because it's harder to prove, and it's again abuse of power because somebody's mad or hurt or upset.
Right. That's real talk. It's really a lot of hurt people out here that's projecting.
Not saying all cases are.
Not all cases.
I'm just saying there are some out there that they just got some people fucked up.
I look at Emmett Till. Yeah, that's something right there. He just supposedly whistled at a white woman, and then on her deathbed, she admitted that he didn't do none of that shit. But that was also racially motivated as well. But yeah, FTN Bay, that man, what's the Duty Low? Damn near his whole career went to shits. And look what she's doing now. Just got out of jail for stalking him, breaking the fucking protection order. On 14. Dating much younger people. Yeah, cougars get away with it. Older dude get away, try to talk to a young girl. That's creepy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stereotypes out here, people. Using tears to get out of a situation. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Yes, Lord.
To a degree, because you do have some men who can say, fuck them.
You said your ex, huh? That nigga could cry?
His ass off. But I digress.
I don't give a fuck if he do say it. He already know what's up.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to contradict.
I understand. You good. You ain't got to worry about that. I could use that as an example because that's something that we can actually put on the forefront. But let's not talk about another man in this situation because he ain't here to defend himself. That's just it. I'm not going to, I don't give a fuck how you may feel about it or how I may feel about it, but he's not here to defend himself, so I'm not going to carry on. I just said it's, be an example. But anyway, pouting. My girlfriend constantly mad at me, is constantly mad, but on the off chance I'm upset about something that's not allowed because it's not my personality. That's the pouting.
Pouting? Like throwing a tantrum? Throwing a fit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
can't say that's not something that's, we wouldn't expect the man to do that, but that doesn't mean they don't do it. Because there are some emotional ass men out there.
Oh, yeah.
When they don't get their way. Yeah. But the same with females, especially when females don't get their, it's already bad enough.
And ladies, don't think we just on y'all ass tonight because we ain't picking on these niggas too.
But yeah, there are.
Fat shaming. I think it's right that a woman can make fun of a guy, for example, if they're overweight and no one says anything. But if a guy was to make fun of a woman being overweight, they're assholes. I'm a woman, but I don't approve of this behavior. Oh.
Yeah.
Fit the whatever her name is. Showing the opposite sex their goods. Yep. Flashing, showing titties. What if I just sit out there and just did the helicopter? Hey, Dick. Come on, man. Get out of here. Not working. Hold the next one.
Are these the last two?
No, we got 5 more.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, shit.
I'm awake.
Okay, gonna let her down.
Yeah, please.
We're gonna talk about the next two. She's gonna let her down. Watch her go pee. Wow. Better get to open up these lines. I'm gonna put the StreamYard link in the chat. Copy. And if you want to come up on, you can click the link. More welcome to come talk to us. Just let her down. This damn shake was fire, boy. Hold on. Wait for the old lady to get back. Boy, I'm getting old, boy. But how y'all feel about this topic? How y'all really feel about this topic? I think it's really something that we need to talk about. Now, let's not be emotional. I'm about to go give me some more swishers. I'm gonna make me a hamburger. You want one? You want some? You hungry?
I am, but the beef is not making me really sleepy.
Oh, okay. You want me to just oh shit, I got that chicken I can make for you.
There's chicken over here.
Yeah, I'll cook that
It's
chicken.
defrosted.
Yeah. I got you. Not working and being bisexual. Things that women can get away with. Women can get away with not having a job. But so I'm expecting, because like I don't mind you not working.
To a degree. I mean, it's based off of what works for the household. Because I've seen households where the men stay at home and the woman chooses to work just because that's what works for them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take away from anyone's masculinity or femininity. That's just how things flow for them.
Right.
But if you're gonna follow through with the systematic way of living, then no, it's not looked at as a good thing for men not to work.
Right.
And then being bisexual.
Holy double standards, Batman. No.
I can't speak on this subject. I have no say. I personally don't know.
I know a lot of women that got about 4 or 5 kids, but they got a stud boyfriend. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just. And then they wind up like 6 months later, and I've seen this. They back with a man or their baby daddy. And then nobody's like, oh, okay. They don't say anything about, her having a girlfriend. It's more acceptable. But I'm not trying to get into the, LGBT stuff. But it is a double standard. I'm just saying this. You take a dick in the ass, there ain't no coming back. I stand on that. Next to sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Sexual assault. Seriously, it's 16 how people make jokes about men who get harassed. If a drunk girl grabs a guy drunk, it's hot. When a guy does, it's assault. It fucking sickens me. Yeah. Cardi B drugging motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's what, that's what she said online.
Yeah.
Just saying. Hey, I ain't said. She said that shit. I ain't never drugged no goddamn body. I got you high. Smoked a blunt with you. But, anyway. Playing dumb to avoid constant. Oh, Nigga, yeah.
avoid
Consequences, yes. Like, huh? What are you talking about? What is going on?
After they've already confirmed that they knew, then yeah.
Playing down to avoid consequences. I find that over the years, if I screw something up or do something that isn't allowed, playing naive down to a man in a position of authority, typically older men, often gets me off scot-free. It's the main reason why I prefer to have a male boss. LOL. Crime. I just said that. Assault, blackmail, fraud, statutory rape, basically anything that go through the court system that send men to prison, women get probation. This has been proven. You can go look this up. Damn, somebody made a somebody's mad. Everything really. Pretty well anything. Demanding access to jobs that require specific types of physical capabilities to do efficiently, such as rules that have to be pretzel and safety severely compromised, firefighter, cop, marine, etc. Ignoring high-paying but dirty jobs, oil rig work, or sanitation work, etc. in favor of cushy office work, quarterly, I don't know the word, demanding gender quotas in cushy office jobs, but being absolutely silent in dirty, hard jobs. Preferential treatment as students via geocentric teaching techniques to the point where boys are becoming severely disadvantaged at all educational levels. Assumed victim status in all domestic violence incidents, despite real-world evidence showing near 50-50 split between male and female perpetrators. Access to shelters that are for their gender only. Access to shelters that are accept children under their care, only under their care. Battered spouse recovery services, not being automatically assumed to be a pedophile around children. Initiation of nearly 3/4 of divorces because of unhappiness and dissatisfaction in the relationship. Hence, most male-initiated divorces typically occur when things become truly untenable. Assumption of primary parental figure. Yep. A winner of custody in nearly 4/5 of all cases, despite robust career and ex-spouse interest in the children. Recipient of child support in nearly all cases of custody, despite robust career and ex-spouse interest in the children. Lack of child support payments in almost all cases of custody loss, despite robust career. So that means if they lose, half of them don't have to pay child support. I mean, a vast majority don't have to pay child support. Ability to deny ex-spouse access to the children despite court-determined access, usually with zero recourse by the spouse and no sanctions by the court. Zero consequences typically for false sexual and physical assault allegations. I'm sorry, I'm high. The vast majority get nothing more than a slap on the wrist, while the man can have his social economic prospects destroyed for life. This is so true. Duty Low suing that girl for $4 million right now. In many places and under many circumstances, having an accused assaulted treated by the system as if they were presumed guilty until proven innocent. Far lower sentences for the exact same crime, with a significant minority getting off without any jail time whatsoever. R.E. Pussy Pass. Is a great resource for evidence. Man, somebody really winning. Goddamn, okay, we're almost done. Cultural acceptance of child molestation and child rape. Female teachers raping students, for example, with minimal or no jail sentences. Cultural acceptance of the act of rape. Men are told to man up. You got erect, so you must have enjoyed it. You can't rape the willing and just suck it up, buttercup. Usually get labs cleared out most police stations and courts across the land with minimal to no jail sentences. It's crazy. The act of rape is not actually a crime. In some states, Idaho, etc., a woman is not legally capable of raping a man, as rape is defined as the sexual penetration of an unwillingly woman by a man. This is also an FBI rule until 2012. This is crazy. The new normal. of regret after the fact equals rape, leading to accusations years and even decades later when no evidence remains and it becomes a court of public opinion, i.e. Bill Cosby, that typically destroys the man's life. I could probably expand this list a dozen times over with more stuff, but I am leaving this suitcase nuke where it is. It's already enough of cognitive dissonance to anyone who has drunk the Kool-Aid of the current leftist social political narrative. Woo. That's heavy. That's heavy. What's your take on that?
I don't have a take. I'm just listening.
Wow. Next question.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't have to take on.
huh?
That's a lot of information.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That was a lot. Do you think men? Let's talk about men and their accountability. All right, and why women feel like men are not accountable. Studies have shown, and we have seen certain instances that men have left their families for the streets, i.e., certain drug dealers, gangbangers. This is guys that just choose not to be fathers. You know what I'm saying? These ain't shit ass niggas. You know. What's your take on that? Men and their accountability and the things that you notice that men have not been held accountable on. What are things that men have not been held accountable for? Let's say that.
And I think it
I can go one, and that's us having multiple sex partners, and not considered being hoes like women would be considered hoes. But go ahead. I'm sorry, man, cut you off.
I think it depends on the person. When it comes to accountability, that's really a personal thing and not a universal public thing.
Mm-hmm.
But how often people keep consistent with holding themselves accountable is where we're also running into issues and how that's colliding with each other, because what we do affects each other. Whether we think it or not, whether we know it or not. And so,
Right.
There's a lot that people in general don't hold themselves accountable for, which is being honest with themselves, and being consistent with being honest with themselves and being honest with others. And I think a lot of it boils down to, if you are a bit too emotional at one point where you can't make a solid decision, you can't control yourself to be honest with yourself and to move forward from that honesty, that's where I think we're seeing a lot of issues come into play, where people are acting out from an emotional standpoint and making temporary decisions off of temporary emotions.
Permanent decision off temporary emotion. Absolutely.
That too. And it just causes a whole lot of clashing.
Okay. All right. I respect that. What do women expect out of men? What would you say?
I don't speak for all women.
What would you expect? What you expect out of me? Let's use me for an example.
When we first got together, I told you I don't hold expectations for people because that's where disappointments lie.
Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't really have any expectations. It was more or less I just was looking for, are you going to be true to your word and remain the same as who you are now, pretty much. Am I going to see changes? Is there going to be, and are those changes positive or negative? You know. I personally don't like holding expectations like, well, I want him to be this, and I want him, because at the end of the day, it's not about all of that.
Right.
I guess with being, after I graduated high school, I chose by myself to take the hard route so I can understand and learn how things work, because I was tired of things being handed to me. And it was really hindering my growth. It was handicapping me. And
I gotta high five you and respect you for that. Say that again.
Huh?
Things being handed to you.
Yeah, I was tired of
respect that.
things being handed to me because it was hindering my growth, and I was seeing how kids around me, they had it rough at home, but they were a lot stronger in ways where I wasn't. And I noticed that in growing up in school, from elementary school, I'm being talked to with this female who we're in like 4th, 5th grade.
Excuse me.
And
Pardon.
she tells me that her father's friend is messing with her. And I'm like, we're in elementary school and you're going through that. I'm at home chilling and not worrying about shit, but you got to deal with that. And that, it kind of hurt me in the sense of, I'm trying to be empathetic for the person. But as I grew older, I noticed how, I'm being handed all this stuff, and I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's not helping me. And so I did have some issues, some clash with my mom, but it was more in a sense of she couldn't understand why I wanted to choose that route.
Yeah.
And I was more of, well, I need to learn. I need to know how this shit works. You keep telling me, no, just do this way. And I don't know for myself that if that's true or not.
Right.
Because I grew up with everybody lying. Everybody just lied.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, you should shun people for lying. Like, people gonna do what the hell they want to.
Right.
I get to choose how I react to it. And so I just allow people to do what they're gonna do, and I just maneuver and move the way I need to move without having to let people know. And so, the whole expectation thing, I grew up where if you want something done, do it yourself. And don't be mad if you have to do it yourself, or don't be mad if people don't want to do it with you. It's okay. If they don't want to help you, cool. That's not going to stop you from doing what you're going to do.
Right.
At the end of the day. So that's where I'm at with that expectation. Now, other women, I really feel their expectations sits outside of the realms of reality. When I hear other women talk about their expectations in a man, well, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to talk about me. Well, you don't even have expectations. How can you speak? Well, I'm happy. I have a family.
Wah, wah,
Everything's been not just, there's bumps in the road, but that's what.
Well, we're gonna definitely gonna get on each other's nerves.
That's what makes.
That's
makes where the value comes in.
What we stand on is if what we stand on solid or not.
Yeah, and so
absolutely.
There's other women are gonna have what they say, and that's fine. I personally don't care.
These
that's
hoes
not gonna
ain't
stop
loyal.
what's going on here.
No, they ain't.
But I do think a lot of women have their standards really outside of the realms of their own reality. Sometimes it don't even make sense. I'm like, you want this, that, and the other, but what are you willing to do?
I think that's the next. That's the question after this question, and I'm gonna answer that one quickly. And I'm glad you said that. Mine, I would say, well, what do men expect out of women? Let me tell you what I expect. I'm expecting, and I'm gonna be as blunt as possible so I can get my point across the best way I know how. Baby, you know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? And so it's, well, why you shake your head like that?
Because I'm like, this. Once he says, you know how I talk, that's about to start.
No,
you better not start. He started.
Okay. People, I might cuss a lot, and the way I express myself. Okay, I spent a lot of time in the military, so I got like I ain't gonna use that. I just cuss a lot. God damn it! And this is this is how I express this shit, right? What do men expect out of women? And this is how I feel. I expect to have a woman that not everybody has seen her pussy. That's one thing. I don't want somebody that's always half naked that everybody's seen. That everybody is already, because men, we fantasize, we're a physical creature. Regardless of how y'all may seem sex. Y'all women don't know us like how we know each other. You know what I'm saying? So, and I hate women like, we know y'all. No, the fuck you don't. You don't know shit. If you did, you would have a man. Right? And that's really the answer to all the motherfucking things. If you knew men, you'll have one. And if you knew a woman, you'll have one. Really, that's it. So, loyalty, understanding, somebody you can trust, and like I said, trust is an extension because people do damn near anything, but somebody that you can definitely believe in, somebody I would want to invest in, see their dreams come true, perpetuate their future to the forefront, but also somebody that's going to be somebody that's like, when I'm tired, when I need somebody to lean on and tell my secrets to, that it can be trusted, that it won't go nowhere. Somebody to definitely love, and somebody to love me as much as I love them. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I ain't going to love you more than I love myself. But I want somebody to also be in a relationship that loves themselves so they can know how to love somebody and know what loss is. So you can understand if you lose something, you know the pain of that loss. So you can know how, I want to keep this shit around, especially if it's good to me. Because sometimes the motherfucker gets something good to them, they don't know how to act. They tear shit up. They break it. They destroy it. So I don't need somebody that's mentally and emotionally mature on that factor. I can't control your emotions. I can't control how you feel. But at least have them bitches in check. Somebody's going to be able to be able to bear me some children. That's going to be able to bring in the next generation. And how our dreams can be pushed, not just pushed. I ain't going to say pushed on, that sounds bad. But be told to them, and they can create their own dreams and make things in their own generations. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm expecting out of a woman. Also, loyalty, honesty. Y'all always want to be flown the fuck out. Why? You get dick in about $2,000 and come up. Now you got a soul tied to a motherfucker you ain't gonna see no more. Next question. I'm finna leave that alone. But that's what I feel. I got mine. You better go get yours. Hold on. What did it say? Morals and principles. What do we stand
on? I think that varies per person.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their own definitions of morals, principles, and what they stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, you have to talk to people and just listen to how they talk.
Niggas up here be lying.
Okay.
I ain't never been to a state. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I've been all over the world. That's for real, Jack. Washington got some fake ass niggas, boy. I'm talking about, I ain't talking about like, oh, you gotta be gangster. Fuck all that. I'm a fucking father. Fuck that shit. I'm talking about some lying ass, like, I ain't perfect. Hell, you know what I'm saying? I got my own problems and shit that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers sit up here, they be acting like they shit don't stink. And if you catch them in they shit, boy, they just, what are you talking about? You're just being misogynistic, and you're just hurting my feelings. Oh, you old feeling motherfuckers out here, boy. I swear to God, I'm talking about. I'm like, he made me feel a certain way, and I shouldn't feel like this. But yeah, But what do we stand on? You saying what, baby?
It just depends on the person. You really have to talk to them and understand where they're coming from and why. Mm-hmm. Because people will say one thing and make you think that's what they meant when that's really not. Mm-hmm. I spoke with one person at one point. They were they wanted to start dating, and I'm like, first off, where do you stand with your beliefs? Where are you at with your religion? I don't even care if you have a religion. Where are you with that? And are you growing? Mm-hmm. And they told me where they were at, and I'm like, okay, so where they're at is where I was in elementary school, and they're not growing. No, that's where my morals stand. Respectfully, I felt like a pervert. Spiritually, I can't do that. I don't care if the person was older than me. No.
Right. I feel like that's what's wrong with a lot of people nowadays. That's the reason why.
We need to be honest with ourselves.
Mhm.
That's where our principles should be.
Yeah, we replace morals and principles with status and money. So we put money over everything and say, you know what, man, if you ain't got this, you ain't this. You ain't a man, you ain't a woman. And when if this financial anything was to happen, like look at gas prices now. Ain't nobody going no goddamn well. I don't give a fuck what nobody saying. Ain't nobody going no damn well right now. Especially if I stay in California. We just seen gas for $9.19. Did y'all need niggas in California to get horses? But y'all got Bugattis and shit. You know what I'm saying? Priorities fucked up. I'm glad we got a car. We got that motherfucker is a gas saver. It may take about $40 now to fill that bitch up. But once that bitch full, shit. One of the twin powers activate. Boom. Zoom zoom. We down. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I think we really fucked up our morals and principles. I ain't me. I did at one point in time, especially when I was in my 20s, because I had access to a certain amount of money, and at a point in time, I didn't know how to handle it. And at the time, it could have made me make my judgment, all fucked up. It's true, because I was immature financially. I just had access to a certain amount of bread, and so most of our guys snatched that shit away from me though too. Straight up. And so that was a life lesson that I have. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people in life, especially in these days and age, have ran away from responsibility. And so they don't have that experience of one, losing something and gaining something back and trying to, and appreciating that thing. They always got something that saved them or got them out of it. So you have a lot of immature people that's sitting around here that's just doing this shit. And they just keep going in these circles. And they're just getting older and older, and they keep doing the same shit, and they just getting away with it. There's no accountability.
It's kind of like that Squid Games.
Man, I can't even do it. That old man, that was my nigga, man. Shut that man like that. The wage gap. Let's talk about the wage gap.
Wage gap?
Yeah. How you feel about the wage gap?
Can you explain the wage gap?
They talking about it's women are not getting paid as much as men. I don't see a woman climbing a light pole.
Why does that matter? If you're getting paid enough to where you can take care of your main responsibilities, why are you worried about how much?
Calling somebody else pocket.
If you worried about how much, go start your own business and go make your own bread. You can make a lot more than men doing your own thing than sitting here complaining and asking somebody to make and bend their rules just for you. That ain't even your business. That's just how I feel. I know I can't change the rules at Starbucks, but God damn it, I'll make my own goddamn coffee shop and serve coffee my own goddamn way. And cheaper. If that's the case. I don't sit here and try to sue Starbucks because they're Starbucks is
well, babe just smashed the wage goddamn shit. So the next question.
Oh, is that what you were getting to?
Yeah, you got it. Fuck it. If a woman can say that shit, I ain't got shit else to say.
Because it's retarded. It's everybody wants to be. It has to be equal. It's like calm down, okay? As long as there's people starving and homeless.
Yeah.
Can we just worry that we got our basic needs met?
What is a patriarchy, and who does it really benefit?
Define patriarchy and then define what kind of patriarchies there are.
Okay.
That's where I
look it up, baby. You got your laptop right there.
It's still boost up again.
I just plugged it up.
No, it'd be logging me out.
Oh, okay. What is the patriarchy, and who? I hear a lot of white women talking about this. I'm starting to hear a lot of black women talk about. Listen, my black queens. I ain't gonna call y'all queen. Y'all black women. Y'all ain't got no fucking throne like me. I'm sitting in the fucking chair. Listen, y'all black women. Listen, check this shit out. Quit using white women talking points.
Okay.
We hear y'all. I love y'all, but we hear y'all. Feminism wasn't made for y'all. Go look up what's her name, Margaret Stratt, that talked about getting rid of all black folks. They don't like us, bro. Yeah, go ahead, boo.
Patriarchy, a system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. A system of society or government in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. A society or community organized on patriarchal lines. Which men dominate over others, but can also refer to dominance over women specifically. It can also extend to a variety of manifestations in which.
Motherfuckers be using words. I'm starting to catch that because now you're just saying that they have no equal value to men in the workforce, let alone they don't hold any certain position as men in the workforce. And that is a fucking lie, because this is a democratic society where it's a 51-49 vote rule, and women have the power to do so much in this world. I don't get where they talk about a patriarchy, they're being controlled.
There may just be in some cases where some men have abused that power in those.
Absolutely, yeah. You got some Harvey Weinstein, people like that.
But to
say
that's entirely the way the whole system works, I would say no, that's not.
Right.
If that was the case,
child support.
Why else would women be able to do what they're doing now?
Right. If there's so much of a patriarchy and it's taking over, you
got women who say, "Well, now they're doing it." No, in general, as a whole, there hasn't been a huge change. It's not a drastic. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of over dramatic women and men. Just not helping the problem with complaint after complaint.
They're just complaining and complaining.
It's like, okay,
it's building problems.
We heard you. You got it. You're hurt. Okay, sit down.
No. They're going to convince. What I believe they're right now. They're trying to convince you to feel like them.
Yeah, we can only extend the empathy cards so far.
I'm not.
Yes,
it ain't my. I'm gonna tell you this.
Way,
man or female. If it ain't my situation.
At the end of the day, we gotta do what works.
Right. If it ain't my situation, if I'm not emotionally invested into it, I'm not gonna sit up here and just go back and forth with you over some shit. If you don't believe shit, that's on you, cuz. I ain't tripping.
And it's not saying that to everybody. Just those, if it ain't got nothing to do with you, mind your business.
If you ain't fixing the fucking problem, get off TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Quit trying to complain about the shit. And then somebody said, "Well, you're complaining about the shit." I'm getting perspective. We just talking. I got a family. I don't get on this. Niggas women ain't doing. I don't do none of that shit.
Yeah. So that defines the patriarchy.
As soon as we get done with this, I'm gonna give me some coochie.
Oh my goodness. And who does this patriarchy?
I said that.
Yeah, I heard that.
But I wasn't lying though.
Let's stay on top of it. And who does it really benefit? This patriarchy.
I really say that in essence because women and children are protected under this patriarchy per se. I think the women and children benefit more than the men, i.e. from my own experience, so. But I'm not trying to perpetuate that and say that's just a thing.
I would say actually the patriarchy, the way it's designed, what we just what we just defined here, it benefits everyone. It benefits all parties when everybody's doing their job, when everybody's partaking in that patriarchy. I can see men being used by women who are abusing that system.
Absolutely.
And
vice versa.
And that's where, yes, you can have men who don't benefit from that scenario. And the same with women. You have men who may abuse that position and have women suffering in that same scenario. But again, who's more vocal about it? Women are, because men don't talk about their emotions. You guys don't talk about it.
I say we do talk about it, but I feel like it becomes unheard. It's more like the women's cry is louder. If we cry, it's more like the over talking about people's feelings. Somebody says, check out this comment. Kamaru Fresh, what are we talking about? Oh, you didn't catch the title? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for showing up. But currently we was talking about the patriarchy and who does it really benefit.
I think if we had settled a foundation of, and we, again, due to our history, we've been stripped from a lot, so our stuff is just mixed up. But having that balanced structure of what that original patriarchy,
Mhm.
then we can move forward as a people and grow from that, because that's how we as a people are supposed to live
Mhm.
and thrive. But
Right.
we can't thrive when people are abusing that power. And so it's how do we keep from people abusing that power, in a sense, you know?
Yeah, patriarchy in America. That's what we hear a lot. That's been thrown around, that the patriarchy in America is the reason why women are being suppressed in jobs and society. Period. So yeah, is she saying patriarchy is good? Or are you saying patriarchy?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, yes, patriarchy is beneficial for both parties, when both parties are putting in the same equated amount of work, effort.
Why would you say patriarchy is good? The reason, and I'm gonna say the reason why I asked you that, and I'm gonna say the reason why I say this. In times of war, or let's not say war, because people gonna think, oh, this men just want to be so brash. All right. I don't think it's a good thing to have an emotional leader, in a sense, because when you become, if you're not emotionally mature, and if you have power, you can do some damage, in a sense.
Of course, the history shows that.
Yeah.
When it, I guess, to bounce off of that.
Oh, you good, Demo? You good, bro?
To bounce off of that, when it comes to an emotional, it's not that necessarily, you don't want an emotional leader. You don't want someone who's emotionally uncontrolled, who cannot control their emotions.
Absolutely.
They didn't grasp that skill of emotional control, because anybody can be emotional, male or female.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's probably best to have the male.
Somebody said men can't not be emotional. They only can be driven and focused.
Men can be emotional, but we work differently off of our emotions.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but we vibrate at two different frequencies.
Yeah, and that's what makes us unique.
But we need that to work together.
It's a balance, sense, Absolutely, it's a balance.
One thing I like to look at that a lot of people are.
I was joking.
A lot of people like to just with the whole patriarchy ideal in relationships and stuff, that a lot of women are upset that, oh, why do men have to be head of house? Why can't it be equal and balanced? And let's look at it this way: it's really the patriarchy is a reflection of how the conscious and subconscious mind work. Male being the conscious, female being the subconscious. Does that make sense?
I'll say this: why get mad about a patriarchy, right? But then you want a monarchy when it comes down to a relationship, because you want all the things that come down to being a man, and you want his resources and benefits, right? But then you want to do things your own way. So
wait, what?
You hear me? You can catch that?
No, I'm trying to, in relation to
the patriarchy.
Yeah, there's women that complain.
Yeah, they're complaining about the patriarchy, saying that men are suppressing them in this society, right? But the fact that
you're saying women give their own personal like examples, because I feel sometimes they may just be voicing other people's hurt.
Yeah, because I feel like we're using men resources. You want the man to take 90% of the bills. You want to use your money for whatever it is. You want the man to take care of you like you're a child. Then what society are you living under? What ideology are you? It's like a double-edged sword. You're playing both sides. You don't want you want the benefits of a man, but you don't want the consequences of him.
Are you talking about women who do work or women who don't work?
No, I'm talking about in the patriarchy. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm asking which group of women are you talking about, as to understanding why they're saying or acting.
Join Domo. What's Domo? I don't know. Let me see. You know what Domo is?
I'm confused. That was random. Okay, well, yeah, my question is just what group of women is he talking about, I guess, to be specific, because not all women are like that. I just don't like grouping everybody in one category because not everybody's like that, because then we have this huge confusion and misconception that all women are like this or all men are like that, and then you really start treating people negatively that shouldn't deserve to be treated in that manner because they didn't do anything. Yeah, he just sorry, I don't know where to go from there. What did he say? Isn't the here, hold on. There we go. Isn't the patriarchy, aren't men given the privilege and right to use their power over women who are deemed to have a low mentality and morality? Why is this good? Isn't the patriarchy, aren't men given the privilege and right to use? That's not what so when we defined patriarchy earlier, it was actually just the dominance of man over women. Or hold on, let me just go back to it again. Let me see. A system of a society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. It's just pretty much the man is head of house. But like I said earlier, in some cases, some men probably have abused their power, and we're not saying that is good, that they use that power to just dominate over the women in for ill intentions, of course. We're not saying that's good.
I don't say
but
that.
In the idea of patriarchy relationship, it would be that the male would be head of house, but not in a sense that he sits above everyone else like some type of pyramid scheme.
I think it's almost like you're making somewhat of an assertion of a positive idea. Aren't you making an assumption of some could be saying for a matriarchy. Some could be said for a matriarchy. Matriarchy is when a woman's rule. That's what one like Queen of England.
Oh, okay.
That's a monarchy. I'm sorry.
So they're saying, what is he asking? Like saying that's
somebody could say the same thing about a
matriarchy.
Yeah, about a matriarchy.
Technically, yeah. I mean, it's what.
So what you saying would work best?
It overall boils down to works best for those people. It's not like this is for everyone. No, you got to find what works for you and whoever you're with. Just like you have polygamists and whatever the case may be.
Why are we allowing other people to rule over us?
We shouldn't be. That's not.
That's
the case.
Biggest. No. I get that. No. I'm just saying because we're talking about a matriarchy and a monarchy. All right, cool. What I'm saying is how are we allowing people to rule over us? And
like I said, I think it's when people get to that, they abuse their power. It can feel like that, like they're ruling over someone. When
I didn't get a haircut, line up.
It could just be people abusing that power, so it feels like that. Where that's not the case. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's the case because you got managers who are just maybe creepy and may like a chicken and just use his manager position to try to assert himself into some pussy. Yeah, you got creeps like that, but I don't think it's a social structure that is made like that for that reason. Yeah,
I don't think you got people that abuse power,
and they just probably weren't dealt with correctly.
The simple as that. It's not about a matriarchy or a patriarchy, because it's just the fact that men have been ruling over shit, but just how shit's been going. We don't care. It's like a woman saying that she wants the salary job of an electrician, but you won't see too many women climbing light poles. You see what I'm saying? It's just kind of crazy.
I mean, if you're just focused on statistics, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
That's statistics.
Yeah, statistics. But if you're talking about just an interpersonal thing, not everything that we say is going to work for everybody. You got to chew the meat and spit out the fat. Take what is going to work for you. If something that we say works for you, I hope and I hope what we discussed tonight, it does in some type of way benefit any and everybody. But a job has nothing to do with sex or gender. But people will bring that up and say it does.
Some people will say.
People will say it does.
You
Say
know,
that
and this is
I'm
my
not getting
opinion.
hired because I'm a woman, or they're not gonna pick me because I'm a man at this job. They're not too. It's too many nurses, women nurses. They're not gonna pick me because I'm a man. It's that's what people are saying. This is what other people are saying.
Those are statistics.
Those are statistics. Stereotypes. These are and this is what we're saying. The stuff they're trying to perpetuate on people to make people think that this is what's going on, and this is happening to a subsection of people, and they're trying to say this is going on as the mass thing, right? And it's not. I'm so confused. He says I'm so confused. I can understand you. I wish you would have came and called us a little earlier, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's say this. Let's go to the next question. Why do men think women are emotional and hard to talk to? Ooh.
I'm not a man, so
I answer it. I just feel like, especially when it comes to us being like direct, one thing I always hate is always getting cut off when I'm talking and deflecting. And us men, a lot of men, we catch it, but we can't, because from the yelling and screaming and the shaming and the need to be right and all that kind of get mixed up into the bunch, right? It kind of sways us from trying to talk to and getting shit done when it comes down to dealing with getting down to the nitty-gritty of a situation, like say if somebody lied or something. And so it's a lot of deflecting goes on with that. I'm just speaking on my situations that I've been in. I'm not saying this is all women across the board, but men in general, a lot of us men think that women are very hard to talk to when it comes down to expressing ourselves, because we feel like you give us a prejudgment on things, like, oh, you shouldn't feel like this because you're a man. You shouldn't act this way because you're a man. And we can't express certain things because, we're told that we're just men. What's your take on that?
That kind of highlights the question we answered earlier about what women are allowed to do and what men are allowed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured we kind of answered this, I guess, if that's the direction you're going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a man, but I can only speak from, as a woman, my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up around I had nothing but boy cousins. So talking to all my boy cousins, it was easy just to say, hey, yo, this, that, and the other, and not have an attitude. It just is what it is.
Right.
And then I learned to kind of not trying to be a boy, but being around nothing but boy cousins, kind of learning their ways and habits and to fit in with them.
Mm-hmm.
Versus growing up, I didn't have female friends like that at all. And if I did, they were probably gay because I wasn't with the females that I grew up around. They just were drama. I never understood the drama, the crying,
the crying,
whining.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I could not tolerate is whining. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? But I just wanted, I'm like, somebody slap her.
But then it's also, like I say this, and I tell you all the time, it's also where you grew up at. Because like in the South, like I say, they may act like that, but in essence, no. Because a lot of shit's not tolerated. Because nobody's not finna get on no fucking social media board and be like, hey, can we get 700 people to like this post because this motherfucker made me mad and let's shame him and all that. We don't,
Yeah.
Anybody giving a fuck about that? Somebody gonna beat your ass. Not a man whooping a woman. I'm just saying, like, somebody have a problem with somebody, they're just gonna beat your ass.
When trying to speak with an emotional woman, what I've came across is it's, I guess, first calming them down because they're in their emotions. Calming them down. I've had to either hang up on some people or
I seen you do that.
breathe with them and tell them, look, first off, let's breathe, let's calm down, let's get back on track. We don't need the tears because that's not where we're at. That's
not where we're here.
Sometimes they do got to cry it out because they've never handled such. They haven't experienced somebody ruffling their feathers, I guess, to that degree. And so, but not all women cry. Some get physical, and those are the ones that they need to.
I don't want to wait.
Channel that energy elsewhere.
Yeah, that motherfucker turned into fucking Broly.
Broly. But yeah, no, what I've learned is just learning how to calm them down first. And it's almost like talking to a child sometimes.
Jesus Christ.
Not saying that you have to have a cute little voice and say, okay, it's all right. Some people, yes, you do, sadly. You have to. I think being in a leadership role, you understand why and are okay with doing so just to communicate to that person. Sometimes you have to get to that level of understanding with people to deliver the message, to get the message across. You have to sometimes.
I heard this thing that this is about the leadership thing. You ever heard of a submissive man?
What does that have to do with the leadership?
No, I'm just saying. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Submissive to a woman?
Yes, but not in a sense to where they have to act like a woman. It's more or less, it's all about balance. Women have their way of being submissive, just like men have their way of being submissive.
Oh yeah.
So to a degree, yeah. We're not supposed to be submissive in the same manner. I don't
There
believe.
we go. That's why I want to get it. A lot of people get that.
I don't think we have to be to that same. I mean, unless that's what works for other people's relationships. That's where it all boils. I mean, really, it's supposed to be sacred. Everything's supposed to be sacred in between you and that other person. So for anybody to say or think anything else or otherwise, mind your business.
Mind your business, bitch.
Are you about to start cooking?
No, I'm just opening up my pack.
Yeah, you got a whole
Podcast. I know we got stuff going on. It's all good.
You're the host.
I know I am. You're the hostess. But where's the cream filling? Now that's the stuff. All right. The rise of the beta male and their shenanigans.
The rise of the beta male and their shenanigans. Oh my gosh. Where'd you go?
Let's talk about it. You thought I was gonna be on women's ass and talking about what they doing? No, Playboy, no. What? Hold on. Because talk about these betas that are making it so hard. Well, I'm good, but making it so hard for the real good men that's out here. Let's talk about you. Yeah, that's the men that you ran into. I mean, gotta be specific, but you know, the ones that made her feel like this, they gave her that face like,
oh my god,
like she about to swallow a quarter.
No, it's.
I love a good beta man. Wait, what? No.
Hashtag beta.
Hashtag beta. Hell no, don't put this shit in the chat.
You just. What are you doing?
I'm trying to see what's him, my cousin.
Okay.
Hashtag ProlyficTV.
No.
Oh, he called me a beta. Oh, no, hell no. I'm going to delete that shit. Nah. Do you think a beta can become an alpha?
It's called growth.
It's called growth, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think that people need to stop living in those constructs.
Everybody has the opportunity of being great, but it's who's willing to do the work.
It's all about doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And even if you can't, and if you feel like you just can't, maybe you could just be the best version of yourself. Yeah, it's just you. it's really about coming as a man. I can tell you this about coming out your shell and just being comfortable with who you are. See, I can get on here and become.
At one point, we all were betas.
Yeah, this is fact. It's a growth.
I'm
It's
not
a
gonna
growth
sit here
thing.
and act like I ain't never used to be that
Shy. Yeah, hell, I done lied, fucked up, stole, did all type of stupid shit, and fucked up my life at a time. But it's that I've learned to. I didn't regress. I didn't stay in the same shit.
Be honest with yourself.
I'm honest with myself. I'm even honest with you guys.
Shitty ass person.
And I'm doing something to make something of myself and taking care of my family all at the same time. You don't have to have buku money to be an alpha. You don't have to have like a mansion in this. It's not about that. It's the mindset. See, I can hang around rich motherfuckers. I know porn stars. I know all type of. It's not even. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about that. But it's the mentality. I feel like I'm a king because I am one. It's not about if you gave me a title or not. My wife gave me that title. That's what I am to her. That's what I am to my daughters. And so that's the title. And this is a council that we run. You know? But I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Eric. But go. Mm-hmm. Wife gave it to you. You sound like, oh no, just kidding. Hell no. That wife, he said, just kidding. It's all love. Hey man, I don't. It's just jokes. Because if it was, say if it was something that was real, that was sticking, I take it personally. Like, where the fuck are you talking to? No. Come on, man, because you know how people can be. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of beta men, and this let's be specific. Who are making certain behaviors okay?
Yeah, because there's
who are creating behaviors that are okay.
But there's especially when it comes to the whole dating field.
Mm-hmm.
Desire constructs our unconscious minds. To a degree, if you allow it. Hold yourself accountable. That's all I have to say. But when it comes to the whole dating field, I wasn't taught necessarily what to really look for. Mm-hmm. And people may say otherwise, but I know for myself, I didn't have a sit-down talk about what I should be looking for in a man and how I should be carrying and conducting myself as a female, as a woman, and having to learn that by myself, in a sense. Mm-hmm. Can be challenging because we all are not getting any younger. So as you get older and you're going through, meeting different people, talking to different people, running into different people, and seeing how things work with other people and where you fit in and what works for you and what don't work for you. I think some people get caught up in the flow of things and forget, hey, are you ready to, what do you want in life? Are you ready to settle down, have a family or not? What you trying to do? And if you don't decide, life will decide for you. And then people wonder why they're in the positions they're in. They get stuck because they didn't take that time to be responsible enough to decide for themselves what they want. Well, someone else commented.
My cousin got the job. Shout out to my boy E. Capitalism has deconstructed and trapped our desires into economic. It like a military force. Every label we give ourselves a trap designed to put us in demographics with desires that only capitalism can fulfill.
Yeah, I agree.
Shut the fuck out my hand, goddamn it! Hit my thumb. That bitch hurt. What I'm saying is, focus on reinvesting in the system, further constructing our minds. Right. I was just saying that earlier. People have used the fact that marriages as contracts. It's a money making thing now.
It's a business. It's always been a business.
And it's sad.
And they know that love and business and pleasure don't mix. So
and COVID really did it. COVID showed a lot of people because you got stuck at home and then you ain't have no money.
I know you don't love me.
I know you don't need me. Okay. Let's talk about this next question. Your experiences. Do you perpetuate them on others, and what's the impact?
Your experiences. Do you perpetuate them on others, and what's the impact? Okay, what experiences?
Do you have any experiences that, about the subject? Has anything that we talked about ever been perpetuated on you?
Can you give an example, or you go first so I can understand?
Okay.
What you mean?
Do the things that I went through. Let's talk about a specific person that I was with. Do I push those experiences on you? Let's say that. Do I judge you by those experiences, and then I take my judgment and push that out like Shawty was doing. That's what I'm talking about.
Sometimes.
Okay.
But from how I see it, as more of just to be more because I am a very overly understanding person. You know this. I see it more of just some things that you probably haven't dealt with, and probably don't know how to just yet. So I try to be understanding in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I will voice how that's making me feel, so you get that I am aware. Just watch it.
Right.
Hurt people continue to hurt people. So
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah.
Elaborate. I didn't understand it. I don't think you own your experiences. I think they live in other people experiencing them.
Let me see what they said.
I don't think you own your experiences. I think they live in other people experiencing them.
To me, that just sounds like not holding yourself accountable.
Yeah. I hate the idea of me living in someone else's memory stuff. Yeah, but
that just shows how you impacted them.
Facts.
And that should really show you who you are and what you are
as a person.
You're a very impactful person, yeah. And know what kind of energy you carry and how you affect people. Because I know for a fact that the people that I was in their lives, they're never going to forget me.
Yep,
because of
here.
what I did
for them.
Exactly. Not to count what I did for people, but I know what I do affects people. And that's just me being responsible for my own energy and how it affects people. Because I know I'm a hero in some people's story and a villain in others. I could care less. I just know where I'm at in my story.
I bet. But that's good, though. That's good, though. I love this talk that we all have. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me go back to the comments. I do something. I think I am experiencing something, but they are experiencing me. I relinquish it to the perceptions. You're a deep motherfucker. I can tell you that right now. I like you. No homo. You cool. I like you. Because a lot of people not going to get that. Let's go to the next comment. Next question. Today's dating market, what's your take on it? And what's your take on dating? You off market, nigga, so.
Yeah, I mean,
you off market. Nigga.
Today's dating market, I don't know. I guess it's all in where you're looking, really. I mean, if you're gonna go shopping somewhere, know where you go shop at.
I'm gonna give you a follow right now on Twitch. Thank you.
Hey.
I sure will. We can game together. 4 years off market. What happened? What finish what you were saying?
I can't remember what I was saying.
About the dating scene.
The whole today's dating market, I guess it's all in where you're looking, where you're shopping at. I myself, I guess when I was looking, I don't know. I don't think I was really looking. Like, I could say I was, but it was just like, oh yeah, it's cool because my friends are doing it. But my focus was on my music and modeling and stuff like that.
I got a partner. She's the best. So. Oh, no. Well, then you better claim her before she watches this video and see you watching the comment like, hey, you ain't claiming me, motherfucker. Pull off your nut seconds. If you got one. I don't know who you are.
I think today's dating, though, needs to be guided. Mm-hmm. it needs to be well guided, especially starting with teenagers in their
Oh,
teenage years.
all right, got you, bro.
So,
Followed you.
I think the whole dating thing needs to be guided. I don't think people really understand and know the importance and the value of dating and why you would entertain the dating events and dating, field and all that. I think dating itself teaches men and women how to be a lady and a gentleman. And if you don't know how to do neither one,
I think your parents need to teach you that.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's where the guiding comes from. The whole dating thing needs to be guided.
Right. Okay.
Not everybody's parents know what that means. Look at today's generation. Come on now.
Is there a narrative being pushed
Of what?
of why is a clash between genders? Do you believe it's a narrative being pushed?
Oh yeah, because it's all political. I mean, who's to say there really is? What if there really wasn't? That's just what someone's saying, and people are just feeding off.
Do you think it's the media that could be pushing this, from the movies to the music to the social media platforms?
It's political. Whatever type of division, they feed off of division. Any form of division. Once we unify, and then that's where shit starts to fall apart. Once we unify, but until then, and we stay divided.
Yeah, united we stand, divided we fall. That's very true.
I'm just trying to figure out who said that we were really divided. Who said there was a war, and where are they getting that from?
Who made the war?
If this is all hearsay,
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if it is a war, who declared it?
And that's their war, it ain't mine. Because I'm Gucci.
But I definitely do believe it's a narrative being pushed, and they're trying to separate couples from each other. I really do believe that. We already said who's pushing it: the media, music, top, certain platformers. I believe they're getting paid behind the scene by sponsors to push this narrative, keep this shit going, and make us hate each other, to divide us even more and more. Why is it so prevalent in our community, especially the Black community? I don't know. I know certain things. I know.
We just not gonna take.
We just not gonna tell you. But listen. I personally believe everything's in there. Absolutely. Black love, baby. Yep. Absolutely. But listen, we got. We got everything is shaped and edited. Once it happens, you're already dealing with one degree to another. With fiction, it's a matter of how good an artist you are, even if it's amen. Yeah, you can't join. Why you can't join? I sent the link earlier. Hold up. I'll put it again. Copy the clipboard. Because I put it there. Paste. If you want, you invite it. It's an open panel. It's open. She want to come in. She's more than welcome. I done put it everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. If you click that link, you can come on in. You can come on in, and we can talk about it. I'll bring you up, and And before this, and before we end this shit, if nobody don't choose not to come up here, right? We gonna end this shit off on a good note.
Oh, not good. No.
We gonna end this off on a good note.
No, not good. No.
We gonna watch some funny shit. My old lady can tell you this. I'm really naturally a goofball. If y'all see the shit I do in the house by myself, you wouldn't take me serious. Yeah, man, I'm chilling. But watch this. Huh?
Why is this
We're gonna have to leave out on some laughs, man.
Oh.
We're gonna have to leave out on some laughs, man. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Before we get we're gonna get out some laughs. Fair use, by the way. Fair use, by the way, baby.
They gonna flag you.
Flag this dick, nigga.
Ahí va. Juan Cosío. Le valió madre.
Skadoosh. Your truck, Jed.
Pusher, there you go. Oh my God.
Child.
Okay.
You like that girl that stay down here, they be walking that dog. Oh shit.
Nigga say,
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Fair use.
All right, let Nathan on. Nathan, try it out, buddy.
Big Brian team.
Nigga, pull the towel up, y'all.
Yeah. Well, ready? One. Two. All right. Oh! Holy shit!
All right, listen, it's been 3 hours. We've been up here talking. I don't know. We finally got our baby to sleep. Maybe we can actually go get some sleep tonight. It's 8:30. High five. The baby sleep. I don't know what to do. I'm hungry, though. And I got to call my cousin. So, listen, I thank y'all for stopping by. We truly, truly appreciate you guys, though. You feel me? You got anything you want to, in closing, you want to say?
No.
I'm hungry. You hungry? Fat ass always hungry. Get up in there and do the patriarchy and go fix me a sandwich. Yeah, right. That shit don't fucking work. So I be talking about who the fuck be coming up with this shit they be saying. Ain't no man gonna go over there and make me a motherfucking sandwich. And she doing it, man. Motherfucker gonna sit up here and look at me and get on her fucking phone. The fuck. Well, listen, beyond all that, man, listen, it's been great. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Y'all be blessed. Stay up. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. ProlyficTV on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I'll probably be up gaming in a few minutes. I gotta do some games today. I ain't doing none of that shit today. But we just wanted to bring you this, and we out. You want to say bye, babe? She tired and hungry. So, yeah, she ready for me to cook. All right, I'll see y'all. I think I was muted the whole time. And we out, y'all.